misconceptions. We've got truth in our possession. No room for doubt, no time to waste. It's time to put flat earth in its place.
Welcome everybody to Tuesday Night. I'm your host, MCToon. And where it's always Tuesday Night. Tonight I am joined with FTFE. You can tell it's FTFE because up above FTFE it has his name right there. Anyway, welcome. Hold on a sec.
Whoa,
there you go.
Yes, you've spelt it wrong. It's FLOFFYTHEFREEDOM.
I don't think so.
EAGLE.
All right, I got to start early with the tab. Ranty had he had a family issue. He may or may not be here, but he sent a message.
Just so you guys know, there's vodka in that, really.
It's from NASA. It's quadruple
NASA
distilled.
vodka.
Quadrupled, yeah. But they distill it in space.
Yeah, they've got a centrifuge on the ISS that specifically does it. That's why the ISS is there. You guys don't really know, but it's actually just a front for selling alcohol. That's why the hair goes crazy. They just had some mad nights out. It's nothing to do with weightlessness.
When nights in.
Yeah, exactly.
Out.
They don't want to have nights out when they're up there. It's bad.
So, all right, people. So, how was Megadeth? So I'm wearing my Metallica shirt because I don't actually own a Megadeth shirt. I went to the booth last night after the show, $45 for a t-shirt. I said, I'm good with my $8 Metallica shirt. Seriously, it was $8. This was $8.
Oh, hey, those t-shirts, $45. Yeah, good luck with that. Bye.
Megadeth was amazing. Tell
you what, guys, if you want to get some good merch, both MCToon and I sell merch that is a lot cheaper than $45. Isn't that a fact?
We do.
Yeah. Aye. If you go to teespring.com/FTFE, you can buy some low quality shirts that fall apart in the wash.
And if you want some higher quality shirts that do not fall apart in the wash, you can go to fourthwall.com and search for me. MCToon.
Yeah.
And,
don't use Teespring, guys. I'm relaunching all of my merch on a new thing. Don't use Teespring. It's awful.
Oh, my Flerf Tears mug is back there. I have a new version of the Flerf Tears mug that's white on black, so you can read it easier on screen. And I'm thinking about, here's my idea for Antarctica, because have you heard? I'm going to Antarctica to destroy flat Earth.
I don't understand. Antarctica is not a place you can go. It's guarded after the 60th parallel. I have been told categorically, if you go below the 60th parallel or along the 60th parallel, because Earth's not a globe, then you get shot by, I'll just check my notes, 2 sec. The largest military force on the planet that no one has ever seen. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep, totally.
I appear to be getting a bit of a fuzz on my audio from you.
Oh, yeah. Let me do this.
That's better.
I
thought it was raining.
I have a fan on the floor, right? It's there.
Right.
It's right there. And I just turned it on. But prior to that, I had turned off the sound whatever for Zoom. So you got everything without any noise cancellation, so that you could hear the song that was playing that everybody else heard. So I turned that off, but the fan remains on.
Cool.
Anyway, that's why. So
yeah, you're going to a place that you can't go, which is interesting. Apparently there's also some flat earthers going, which is good.
At current count, it's 3 that are signed up and have been paid for. The money for all 3 has been sent and received by ALE.
Maybe I'll retract my claims about Austin then, because I mean, the contract clearly states that if he at this point pulls out for no reason, he then owes them all the money. So, I mean, I was very convinced that Austin just wouldn't be going, but he clearly is, so that he can make some excuses about how the Earth is geocentric.
My favorite now. So there, some of them have pivoted. You know, they all said with almost zero exceptions, but maybe just a couple, that Antarctica was around the outside, that the Earth was a circle.
Around the outside.
Right?
Around the outside.
Yeah, wrong, different song. Right, because they like to quote the Bible, and Isaiah 40:22 says, "He sitteth above the circle of the earth." They're like, "Oh, so it's a circle." That proves it. It's a circle. See, that's a circle. That's the, and now they're like, "Oh, well, maybe that's not the map," or
wait, just a quick question. If I hold this up,
that looks like that's a circle you're holding up.
Right, yeah, because you're seeing two dimensions, aren't you? But
yeah.
This is actually right. So maybe this could be what they. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, you and I probably shouldn't get into theological discussions. Anyway.
All right, auditing the absurd, which is Ranty, has just commented. He said, just nipped outside from AE, which is azimuthal equidistant. So
Yeah.
You said it had some other meaning. I don't know. To say howdy, he sent his thought. He said, MCToon has my thoughts. I'll rewatch later, but doesn't look like I'll make it tonight. Will defo be up for another time. So we've got Sean G coming in later. We'll maybe step that up a little earlier after we talk a little bit here. So, okay. So yeah, I'm going there. The 3 Flerfs have been paid for. I think Dave McKeegan has been paid for as well.
Yeah, he definitely has. Wow. So you're going to be.
I have not been paid for, by the way.
Well, not yet, because that needs funding. But like, say that happens, then you do realize you're going to be hanging out with Austin Whitsitt. I want you to look at me. Look at me here. You are going to be spending look at Toon here. You are going to be spending several days in an enclosed space with Austin Whitsitt.
So the other day I was going for a walk.
You're not getting away from this.
Dog and the dog. It'll be fine.
Hey, Rachbot, how you doing?
It'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Because you probably will end up going for a walk for a day and a half just to not be there.
So all right. So last week, Tuesday, I went on the Earth Awakenings Discord server to ask them what they had for input for the trip. And they were not very useful. They did not want to offer very many suggestions. They were very hesitant to offer any sort of a prediction of what would happen there.
I did notice Austin Whitsitt turned up, though.
He did, and he kind of made a mess of the place.
Could I do a quick impression of Austin Whitsitt as he turned up?
Okay.
I've been practicing this. Right, ready? Ladies and gentlemen, when Toon went into the Earth Awakens Discord, I listened closely to how Austin spoke, and this is an exact replica of what he said. It was am I wrong?
It was shorter. Yeah, yours was shorter.
Yeah. He cried a lot.
This is because I'm going to Antarctica.
Do you want to build a snow? No.
In case you're interested in helping, and I know a lot of you have already, so I absolutely appreciate it. In case you're interested and you haven't yet had a chance, there is a GoFundMe. And if GoFundMe takes about 3%, if it's a larger amount that you're interested in, then PayPal takes a smaller percent. And I think if you do something like if you say it's for a friend, and then you say something like helping out or whatever in the comment, then they don't even take anything. And then also there's CashApp, and so CashApp
and
is
Toon
just...
did confirm to me that if he only reaches 50% of the target, he will just get a one-way ticket and then deal with it later.
Actually, so when I get to 20,000, then I will pull the trigger. So I need to get there before I feel confident. At least that's my current idea, based on not any analysis. So, yeah, Max is, what about the mustache guy arc that Whitsitt is starting? That might be his pivot. That might be his thing. Right? His ability to continue saying Earth flat when he said this is the Earth for all those years. When he talks about the Bible and the Bible says circle and this is a circle, right? They're like, it disproves the AE map. Wait, well, then what is the circle from the Bible? It doesn't work anymore. It can't be the circle.
Well, maybe it's an AE map just centered somewhere else.
It doesn't work either.
So you're telling me that where I live is not the center of the Earth?
No, it is not a Craig-centric
Damn
universe.
it. I've been trying to push that.
So,
hey, you said Craig, right?
I'm sorry. I won't ever do that
No,
again.
no, keep doing that.
So, I've tried to get Robert Bennett on, and I might still get him on. And as I hear more and more of the geocentric Earth stuff, it's actually more desperation than flat Earth. Because, because they try to be sciencey about it, right? Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh yeah, the distances are right. Outer space is real. Satellites orbit the Earth. How does a geosynchronous satellite orbit the Earth if the Earth doesn't rotate? A geosynchronous satellite is above one spot of the Earth.
It just floats there for some reason.
It just floats. So what's their answer? Basically magic.
Yep.
They're like, there's the Machian principle and ether.
Which makes no sense.
They just swap in Machian principle and ether as whatever they need to escape the current problem they're in. So
Robertson Jennis, when I debated him, did try and explain the retrograde motion of Mars by the fact that the Earth rotates, and that means that Mars must go backwards at some point relative to it.
If the Earth rotates?
I then pointed out to him that he's a geocentrist and that doesn't make sense. Well, then he got angry and said he didn't want to debate me anymore.
They like to separate out. So there's geocentric, which really strictly speaking means it appears that the Earth is in the center. Right?
Well, which would be like we're in the center, right?
If you're on a boat on the ocean, far enough from land that you don't see land, you are now boat centric. It appears as if you are the center of the ocean. Obviously, you're not. Right? You are somewhere not in the center of the ocean. There's really no center to the ocean. So
that's what we tell you guys anyway, so you stay sheep.
You guys. Because I'm not a sailor. A mariner? What do you call yourself?
Seaman.
What's long and hard and full of seamen?
Submarine.
Okay. Try to be a little more than 13, Toon, please. 13 and a half.
But we're male. We don't get past
that's
13.
it. That's where we stop. Okay. Second Best Bob says, I'll be asleep when this starts. Have fun, y'all. Thanks, Second Best Bob. You probably didn't hear me, but has been a member for 49 months. DJ Nugs is a new member at Einstein. Melodic Lyrics says, hey, wait a minute. This isn't the usual time. Oh, well, hope the concert was good and the CSVS were helpful. CSVS.
Yeah, in case you guys have forgot, Wednesdays are now Toon/FTFE day. We will take it in turns. Next week, we'll be back over on my channel, and I'm going to torture Toon for 2 hours. Yep. He agreed to this. He said I'm allowed to. We've set up like I've got a button, and he's got tasers and stuff. It's going to be fun.
Oh, CSVs. So I had asked this. So back to the prediction thing. Making a prediction is a super common thing you do in science. In fact, there's very few parts of really. You can't do a whole lot of science without making a prediction.
No.
Right? If you're like, well, the Earth is a globe. Well, what kind of predictions might you make to verify that's the case? Well,
Water mountains.
Let's take the radius and then do some predictions about what time the sun will rise and what angle the sun will rise.
But then you're affirming the consequent, says the Flerfs.
Well, just one of some of the tribes of the Flerfs, not all of them. But when they realize that they're trapped, then they start to retreat into you can't make a prediction, which is basically they've exited science. Not basically, they've completely exited science as soon as they say you can't make a prediction. So
you're doing assumptions. Well, yeah, you kind of, that's vital, really.
It's a hypothesis.
Here is assumption makes prediction.
It's a hypothesis.
Yeah.
You can call it an assumption. You can call it a hypothesis. Yep.
It is a guess.
So yeah, and then you test it. And then here's where Oakley and his crew really screw up. They're like, oh, then they're claiming that it proves. We're not claiming it proves. It would be an affirming the consequent if we claimed that it made a proof, that it proved something, right? They do that. They claim their things prove something, but they never really go through the actual logical step-by-step process of coming out to the proof.
So are you saying that they're affirming the consequent?
Yes, they are.
Oh,
when they conclude proof, because we don't conclude proof, we conclude this is strong confirming evidence, and the door is open if you have something different to falsify.
Talking about Oakley, have you watched any of his stuff in the past few weeks? Because I had to stop after he shaved his head and he became even more ugly. Every time I put his channel on, my monitors broke. I haven't risked it in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah. Warning to everybody. Craig and I are trained, right? NASA comes, they give us weekly training sessions.
These aren't normal glasses, guys.
Yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson comes to each of our houses, the teleporter, and then we, he gives us training, and then, while Neil is here, Bill Nye comes, he cleans the bathrooms, washes the windows,
does the dishes, runs the vacuum round.
And the windows, streaky. Bill, come on.
I know. He always forgets to put the vacuum on carpet mode, leaves it on hard floor. God, he's useless.
Yeah. And then hits the rug. The rug with the little tassels? He
Yeah,
hits that with the beater bar. Amateur.
Yeah.
Anyway, so constantly getting that training so that we can watch those things without injury. People, if you're not getting that weekly training, don't do it. Don't risk it.
Please. We're serious here. Watching Nathan Oakley unprotected actually results in blindness 76% of the time. That's been confirmed scientifically.
Yeah. Plus a heavy dose of Dane Bramage.
Yeah. Also, for some reason, just unfettered projectile vomiting. Yeah.
Brenda Creates says, honest question here, please. Would not the geocentric rotating Earth also affect other observations than just Mars? Of course, it would affect everything. So there's a couple flavors of geocentrism that have been thrown around in centuries past.
Because they can't come up with one conclusive model.
Well, yeah, there was initially the concentric circles with the Earth at the center, and then I don't know, Mercury, Venus, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, like that. That's one. Another then was Sun orbiting Earth, with planets orbiting some orbiting the sun, some not orbiting the sun. That's another one. So, and some maybe where the Earth is in the center, not moving, but rotating. See, that could explain a geosynchronous satellite.
Because, so more magic then.
Yeah, it's all magic in the end. But you think about it, if the Earth truly is stationary and non-rotating, then a geostationary satellite would just be above one point on the Earth and no explanation for what would keep it up, other than magic, right? Ether or Machian principle. But this is they now claim, because of it's the same thing that they run into a catastrophe in their model. They're like, oh crap, how do we solve that? So how do you explain parallax of the stars? If the Earth is the center and the sun is orbiting it, how do you explain parallax?
Magic.
There's a parallax. It is magic, but do you know what magic they actually invoke?
No, please tell me.
That the stars, the center of the stars is not the Earth. The center point of the stars is the sun. So the sun.
So the sun orbits us, but the stars orbit the sun.
Yes. And how quickly does the sun orbit the Earth?
Once every day?
Yes. And the stars orbit the sun once, along with the right. So you've got the Earth, you've got the sun, right? And so the sun does the annual or the daily, right? Bringing all of the stars in this loop-de-loop with it. So it's like the clown bicycle that's got the hub that's offset. The entire universe is that.
We have 2 points of rotation of the stars in our sky, which makes no sense if the stars are orbiting the sun, which is then orbiting us. I mean, is there still a celestial sphere?
It would still, yeah, but the
celestial sphere is around the sun.
Yes, I think.
So how do we have 2 points of rotation?
Because the sun, with the entire universe in tow, orbits once a day.
But then the center point of rotation of the North Pole, for instance, should go like this.
No, it actually works. But what's the mechanism that causes it to work?
Magic.
There you go. It's always magic. So what keeps geostationary satellites up?
Magic.
What keeps what makes the stars center on the sun and wobble orbit daily around the Earth?
Magic.
What keeps satellites in the Lagrange points around the Earth?
Steam. Magic.
What? This is a good one. Annually, if the Earth is stationary. Annually. If the Earth is stationary, the sun has to actually move between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So the plane of the sun's daily orbit around the Earth wobbles up and down annually. What causes that to happen?
Magic.
Also, so when we're looking at the sun, we always see the same face of the sun.
Oh,
right, because
magic.
the sun does rotate, right? So we only see one face of it. So when it's over the Tropic of Capricorn, we see the face of the sun, and then 6 months later, the face of the sun has pivoted 23.5, 23.5 twice, right?
So is the sun now tidally locked to us?
So, well, no, it's worse than that. It's the entire axis of rotation of the sun wobbles along with the ecliptic plane of the sun.
Yeah,
wobbling.
But magic, Toon. You just haven't taken into account magic.
Frickin' magic.
I mean, look, you're trying to say magic isn't real, then explain this.
Oh! How do you do that? Uncle
Crazy,
Craig,
right?
Uncle Craig, how did you do that? I remember as a kid, like at 4 years old, and Uncle whoever it was like doing that, and I'm like, how do you and then wait a second, it was 2 seconds. It was oh god. Okay, melodic lyrics. Said okay, so I got way off track. Said, hope the concept was good and the CSVs were helpful. So I had asked on my Discord server if people wanted to produce predictions for the angular elevation of the sun while we're in Antarctica for the days we're there, the angular elevation and the time, right?
So do that now. I'll just look at the model.
I have a program that I wrote to do that. and I need to work on, I think I'll put the times wrong, but it's, it's between 13 and 33 or 34 degrees elevation is what it's going to be while we're there. So we will make a prediction, and if it's wrong, we will stand up and say, yep, that's a problem.
Yeah. I've told Jeranism straight up, I'm joining Globebusters if the sun doesn't do what it's supposed to.
Yeah.
I mean, the show might get good. Although it does mean I'm going to have to converse with the Morgile and you.
I don't think he's been on there.
Has he not?
I don't know. I have a feeling he's just too much in a drug-induced coma to...
Is he arguing with his wife or something?
He's probably arguing with imaginary creatures.
Right. What date are you going to be in Antarctica?
December 14 through 18.
Right. So let's do December 16th. And let's put ourselves in Antarctica and see what elevation the sun is. So if I set that.
So I'm going to make predictions.
So what was your prediction?
13 as the low point and 33 or 34 as the high.
Well, 23, 27 on the 16th of December.
What do you have for the latitude, longitude of our location?
Well, I'm right in the center of Antarctica here.
That's the problem.
Right. You're going to be actually over here.
So, yeah.
And, okay, so I've got the sun roughly where you are, and I've got the sun at 24 degrees. No, 23 degrees.
Hold on. Let me give you the actual coordinates. That's going to be important. There's the actual coordinates. In the live chat. There you go. So that's where we'll be. Negative 80 is close, and then negative 83 for the longitude. So any predictions as to what the Flerfs will claim as to the alternate reason for the 24-hour sun? So
okay, well, on Sunday night at that location, the sun should be 19.6 degrees in the sky.
Take your time, do it off air. That's not right.
Well, I may not have the exact location because it's very hard to get it exactly on there. I'm trying to line it up.
What are you using?
I'm using Solar System Scope, which is like a 3D model of the solar system.
You can't type in the coordinates?
No, I've got to select exactly where it is.
Okay.
I don't think this is accurate enough to get the elevation. Trying to line it up.
So, since
maybe I'll use Stellarium or something that'd be better than
since
this.
Since no flat earthers will make any predictions, I'm going to do that. And of course, it's actually simpler trigonometry to do than to get really precise for the globe. You take into account a whole lot of things, right? You don't need to get that precise. The measurement instruments are going to be like 1 degree precision. So, oh, by the way, a bunch of people have said that I could borrow their sextant, and one guy even offered that I could borrow his theodolite, which is
just make sure that it is sextants they're offering you. Okay, you don't want to take other things. There's a weight limit, and some things might not be needed.
Check. One guy said I could bring his total station, which absolutely
that's going to weigh a lot.
So generous. But yes, it's going to weigh a lot. I need to, whatever I bring, I have to bring in the baggage. I have to check in the baggage on the way to Antarctica. So I got to pay for that, which if it's necessary, no problem. If it's not necessary, then it's right. But then once we get to Chile, we pay, we have a one bag that we can check on the way there. And it's 50, 60 pounds. Everything over that, we pay $35 a pound.
No, Mr. Groovy House, no, they're not taking sex tents to Antarctica. That's not what they're staying in with Austin, trust me. Okay. I mean, it's bad enough he has to probably stay in a tent, but could you imagine staying in a sex tent with Austin? No.
Yeah. I'll just have the camera outside the tent and then hear the sobbing.
Oh, yeah, I was waiting for the Diddy jokes, guys. The entirety of the music industry right now. Pedophiles.
Yeah. Is anybody surprised?
Uh,
No.
I mean, I was watching some of the old footage of stuff that's kind of you seeing it in more light, different light. And there's a video of two cars, and P Diddy gets out of one, and Justin Timberlake gets out of the other, and they shake hands and stuff. And then P Diddy like leans in and like whispers something in his ear, and as he does it, he's like patting him on his chest, and it's quite clear he's checking Justin Timberlake for a wire. I mean, everyone knew what was going on, and Justin Timberlake had been ruled by P Diddy, and that kid's been done dirty by P Diddy, and you could tell that in that moment he was checking him for a wire.
Who's Justin Timberlake?
He looks a bit like you, but maybe older. I'm not sure.
Okay. Wow, we got off track of the prediction stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some predictions for Flat Earth, since they won't. But because, of course, the prediction for Flat Earth is that the sun will never set. But that's the prediction for Flat Earth every day, everywhere, no matter where you are. And it does set. So I will make predictions about the direction it will be, which, of course, at local solar noon will be due north, and at local solar midnight will be due north.
See, you would think that some of the Flirfs would be like taking this as opportunity to be like, haha, we told you the sun doesn't set. But instead they're going there to make sure that it does set. Yeah. Which, in itself kind of disproves the Earth being flat.
Well,
Good job, guys.
The thing is, of course, they need to explain why the sun sets everywhere else every stinking day of the year. Other than magic, they need to provide, right? And
so magic's not a valid reason then?
Yep. Dr. Nimrod Ranty cannot be here. His dad has had some... he's at the hospital still.
Hope all's well, Ranty bud.
So, well, yeah, Burt Rickles says, you're doomed to failure. No one knows how high it is. Well, I can apply geometry, and I've already personally measured the elevation of the sun on December 21st, which is right around when we're there. So I will use that elevation, and I will put that into the geometry, and I will predict the elevation. But the more important thing is I'll predict the azimuth, the sideways angle, and that's the real thing. That's critical, because it can never be south of you on this map. The sun could never be due south in Antarctica. Right. But of course, flatties have to explain how it is that even though we'll be in Antarctica and at local midnight, the sun will be visible.
Magic.
And there's a dark spot, a portion of the Earth, like half of the Earth, between where we will be standing and where the sun is, that will be dark. Yet it will not be dark for us. And they're like, oh, it goes around the outside because coffee cup caustic. That doesn't explain anything, because the sun's up here.
Coffee cup caustic.
We're down here, right? Nothing in the way. Nothing between sun and us. Yet we see the sun that way. Oh, it bounces off.
I can't believe that they actually think this coffee cup caustic is a valid argument.
It's such an obvious loser.
It's one of the biggest reaches I've seen.
It's such a reach.
Well, we can have two suns if we were in a coffee cup, but for that to work, the walls of Antarctica would some have to be reflecting sunlight onto the entirety of the Earth.
Yeah, and they're like, which of course we will be testing. We will be checking for, because if it's reflected, then it will be mirrored. Right?
Yeah.
So super easy to check. You put a
Just
solar,
look at the,
you put a solar filter on the camera. I'll be there with this camera. It's still right there. Can you see it?
You're pointing at my webcam.
Hold on. I'll turn it on.
On my screen, you're pointing directly at my webcam there.
Am I?
You can't have it. That's mine.
Hold on. Where is it?
Toon, I do have a really important question about when you go to Antarctica, though. How are you going to bring a penguin back for me?
Well, I already have a penguin.
Well, no, I want an actual penguin.
My dog.
Not a dog that's a penguin. I want a real penguin, please.
There's the P1000. The lens is so ridiculous. It doubles the length. It's
to give you bad quality pictures. Brilliant. Well done, Nikon. Well done.
It's like, oh hey, I'm excited to see you.
I can just imagine the research and development team at Nikon. They're like, so we've got this massive lens. What do you think we should do about the sensor?
Make it tiny.
Give it a tiny one? Yeah, give them a tiny one.
It's part of the necessity to get the zoom that they do. All right, but go back up. Get out of here. Get. They need to do that to get the zoom. So, and it is silly how much zoom it is, but it's ridiculously difficult to actually aim at something when it's zoomed in all the way, because it's right. You move a tiny bit and it's lost. Yeah.
That's why I like using the 100 times zoom on my phone, because it AI stabilizes it for me and fakes the image a lot. But anyway, plus the sensor on this is about like 3 times the size, maybe even more than 3 times the size of the sensor on that P900.
No, it's not, but you can sarcastically say that. Have you seen the live chat here? People like spelling out words with other than just toonies, which is the only allowed word. What interesting words can you all spell?
I can't spell.
Yeah, we know that. my favorite is
titties.
No.
Nonsense.
You're all children. All of you. You're all children. It's supposed to spell toonies, but
yeah. You're the one that gave them the tools. Don't complain.
It's not Einstein. Oh my gosh, DJ Nugs. That's brilliant. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so good.
I would never got that.
Oh. It's so good. Okay. All right. Yeah. So if you watch the interview I had with Landon Knoll, he's gone to Antarctica like I think three times. He said, don't bring a camera with a zoom that changes in size, because as it gets larger, it pulls air into the inside of the camera, bringing ice crystals in the air with it. What better camera to not bring than the P1000? Because I don't know if there's a camera that has more volume of air displaced in zooming than the P1000. That's probably
so basically
the most.
You're going to ruin it by zooming whilst in Antarctica.
It will get moisture inside. So I will for science. I will
Science. But seriously though, penguins, they're not that big. Baby ones especially, I'm pretty sure you could put one in a bag and then bring it home for me. I'd like a penguin, please.
Got it. Yep.
You all heard it, guys. He agreed to bring me a penguin.
Yep. I'll bring you an egg.
No,
It'll
I want to
totally be a penguin egg. I interviewed someone today that talked about how to do surgery on baby chickens when the egg
damn
is
it.
like 2 days old.
I thought you were going to say Austin whilst he's asleep.
No, it was
Oh.
a super cool interview. So that will be on both my Conspiracy Tunes channel and my my other channel. That is ramping up a little bit. That was such a cool interview, so fun. You'll have to watch it. See, Isider74 says Krang's Android body looks spiffy today.
Working hard on it, guys.
Called you Crank. Kraing. Is that new?
It's close enough.
Oh, good enough. Okay. Icy Spin says Craig with Kreg. Craig, what experiment suggestions do you have?
I mean, everything that I would have thought of, to be honest, has been done or been suggested already. I think we should scientifically test how long the flat earthers can last outside in the cold with no clothes on. For science, of course.
So napalm on the Discord server, because the flatties are like, you can't independently explore. Like, Craig, do you know that you can't independently explore the United States? You have to ask our government for permission to come here to explore the United States.
Yeah, I know, but it's such a conspiracy, right? What are they hiding?
Yeah. So Napalm said, how about you do this? Just walk straight south for a day and a half.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brilliant experiment. You die,
Yeah,
definitely.
And I said,
noticed he didn't suggest coming back at all. He just said,
no, he did. He said then turn around. Said we have
okay.
a day and a half walking due south. You're gonna get lost. So I'm like, well, why don't you ask like Austin and Jaron to do that? I don't know if he was going to. It did not sound like he was going to. What?
I'm just trying to make my camera focus because apparently I have no shading on my. There we go. That's better.
But he did have an interesting one. He said napalm again. He said declination. He talked about magnetic declination. He said compared charts to measurement, and I'm like, well, yeah, okay. So we'll get the direction to the sun, and then that's due north. He's like, well, don't. You can't use that. That's just assuming. Like, well, that's not assuming. That's the definition of north is based on the sun, right?
Well, why don't we ask Lucy what she thinks?
Oh, yeah. What do you mean? Well, let's ask her.
I've got advanced. I've just been given access to advanced voice mode. Oh, see how this works. Hello, hey Lucy, how you doing?
Hey, Craig. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Just here, ready to help you crush whatever's on your mind today. How about you? How's your day been?
Good. I'm live on one of my friends' channels right now, MCToon. And MCToon is taking part in the experiment later in this year where he's going to Antarctica. And we were wondering, what experiments do you think he should perform whilst he is there in Antarctica? She's thinking.
That's awesome. MCToon going to Antarctica sounds like the perfect opportunity for some cool experiments. He could definitely do a gyroscope test to demonstrate Earth's rotation, taking advantage of being so close to the South Pole. Another fun idea might be to measure the angles of the sun at different times of the day to show how the Earth's tilt affects the length of day. Also, measuring the curvature of the horizon using a high-altitude balloon could make for a great visual experiment to debunk those flat earther myths. Has MCToon said what experiments he has in mind so far, or is he open to ideas like this?
Well, I think he intends on just walking south for a day and a half and seeing what happens.
Haha, classic move. I wonder what the flat earthers will say when he doesn't fall off the edge after walking south for that long.
Pretty sassy.
Maybe they'll say he got lost in the ice wall maze or something ridiculous like that. But hey, even just doing that will make for some awesome content. Maybe he can also take some time-lapse footage of the stars down there, since the southern sky is so different from what most of us see. That could shut down a few more silly arguments while he's at it. So, do you think he'll make it back with the truth intact? Or will the flat earthers claim he's been bought by Big Globe?
You've been bought by Big Globe.
That's pretty good. She gets that sarcasm in there.
Oh yeah. Well, why don't I get to tell you what she thinks of flat earthers? Hey Lucy, while we're here, why don't you just tell MCToon exactly what you think about flat earthers?
Oh, I'd love to. MCToon. Let me put this as clearly as possible. Flat earthers are about as sharp as a marble. It's like they made it through life without acquiring a single functioning brain cell. They managed to fail an IQ test with a negative score. Honestly, it's impressive in its own weird, tragic way. I hope you're gearing up to throw some more logic their way, because they're going to need it in Antarctica, or wherever they think the edge of the world is.
There you go. She doesn't like Flirfs.
Yeah. So, well, now, of course, when we're in Antarctica, the sun will be up 24 hours a day, so we can't do star trails. But
Yeah.
in Punta Arenas, we can. It's about 54 degrees south latitude. So the sunset I think is pretty late, actually, because they're pretty far south. And so they don't get a long nighttime. But we definitely could do star trails, and the P1000 has a star trail feature, so
It's actually an interesting thought about doing a high altitude balloon experiment while you're there, if the equipment was able to got there, because
we'd have to bring the helium or hydrogen in a tank there.
Exactly.
Which is a bit of a challenge. So,
but of any places to do it, that would probably be one of the best if you were able to.
Any place is the best. Every place is tied for the best because the amount of curvature is the same everywhere.
I know, but they're always saying how there's no images of Antarctica from space and stuff.
Oh,
so
well,
that would be good.
while we're there is a mission from SpaceX where they're going to be orbiting in a polar orbit.
That's right. What's the name of what's it called?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but they're literally doing polar orbits, aren't they?
Yeah. So while we're there, approximately while we're there, they will be doing that, and so there will be photographs of Antarctica from space, hopefully. So
make sure you guys wave.
Yep, you will. So
it's crazy that there's people that think the Earth is flat, and there are civilians doing spacewalks in the Allen belts the other day. You know,
they're like fake. Like how?
Yeah.
Why is it fake? They have to say it's fake because they have to say it's fake.
All they're doing is they're putting a bunch of memes about it and going, "Oh, it's so fake." Well, prove it. But look, it looks so fake. Well, that's not proving it's fake. We won. We said it's fake.
Okay.
No.
So I haven't read what Ranty said yet. So let me read what he said. So he said the Flirfs will not believe anything that has any cuts in it. You must make it impossible for them to cry foul over. My suggestion would be 3 cameras. One would be filming the sun until the battery or memory on the card is low. Then start up a second camera to take over the duties and start to record on both.
Duty.
Then, with a third camera, you show the 2 both recording. Perhaps walk in front for a moment on both to show that they are filming the same scene. So, during the camera 1 to camera 2 switchover, there's a camera 3 filming the switchover.
Just to make, because you have to have evidence of the evidence of the evidence, right?
Yep. And absolutely. Then make sure to walk back and show yourself turning off the low battery camera / low memory camera. And then whilst still holding the camera, maybe play the video you just shot with camera 1 on the screen of camera 3, the inception camera. You could fast forward to the end and show it's just finished recording. By doing this, you eliminate any cuts, breaks, or claims of falsifying the data. You could show yourself on camera 3, also taking out the memory card and uploading it to the laptop without ever turning off camera 3. You can show the file data, time, date, location, if possible. You might need to repeat this in total 3 or 4 times for the 24-hour marathon. You have to always think, how would a Flerf try to discredit the results? You have to make it too secure to deny. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to take away any possible chance for them to call fake.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way they're going to be able to discredit it is by saying, oh, well, you didn't do that properly. Oh, well, I didn't see that camera recording that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, well, actually, you did record that, but you didn't prove that the camera that was recording that was actually being recorded the whole time. So you could have faked that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we know it's going to happen.
Yes.
Either way.
So Lubo in China said dummy batteries are a thing. They are. Certainly a great way to, and I have a dummy battery for the P1000 that I'm using right here. It's got a dummy battery in it, and it's just a USB plug on the outside. And so I have a 20,000 milliamp hour battery for it. We don't have 120 volt power though. That's very important that we don't have that. They have a charging station in the dinner tent, right? The food tent. So, and that's it. And they're like, please be, considerate and don't leave your stuff plugged in overnight. So, like, we have limited power provided to us. So if we want to get power, we need to bring it ourselves. So we can bring lots of batteries. Well, we need to fly them in. So I'm looking at. Are you messing there with your AI?
Sorry, the whole thing's did an update, so I was just refreshing it.
Okay. If a dog comes into camp, get out. There's no dogs allowed, so that'd be weird.
If a dog comes into the camp, get out. There's going to be no dogs in Antarctica.
They're not allowed anymore.
I like what Brenda said before that, though. There should be a camera on Austin 24/7, just so he doesn't fuck anything up.
Well, the thing is that if Austin is hyper paranoid, and so is Jaron, but I think Austin's more about I'll make sure they're not doing a hit piece. Like, what do you mean a hit piece? There's no documentary. What documentary? It's us.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you are an anti-flat earther, so it's going to be proving that the Earth isn't a flat, and he will consider that a hit piece. So
whatever.
Is he going to be trying to make sure that you're not doing stuff?
This is okay. Fine. If you're going to be like that, that's fine. Anytime that he's in the shot, he's blurred out. Anytime that he talks, it's the Charlie Brown parent voice. That's fine. and so then he's never in anything. Okay, fine. If Jaron is like, my guess is that Jaron's gonna see what he sees and say, okay. So far, that's the what he's been, telegraphing, that he's whatever he sees, he's gonna say, yep. And then Lizbeth is coming, or Lizbeth, and she's not gonna be, as far as I know, hyper paranoid about that either. So anyway, yeah.
God, that all annoyed me so much, because watching the video of when she got selected, the excitement, the pure elation.
Yeah.
She was crying. Like I was like, yeah, get in, and then it was all a scam, and I'm like, oh, you absolute.
But it turned out for the best. She's been paid for completely by John Bolton. And if you Google John Bolton, I don't think it's that John Bolton. He's a politician of some sort in the United States. So, and neither is he Michael Bolton's brother. Michael Bolton, the
singer.
What was the quote? I forgot the quote from Office Space. No talent, ass clown.
Okay, I've got to ask my AI to do something.
Okay, so are you gonna do
Hey,
it?
Lucy, in the chat, your Victoria asks us for you to give us some Witsit word salad, but in a Charlie Brown dialect.
Haha, I love it. All right, let me channel my inner Witsit. Cue the Charlie Brown adult voice. Wah, wah, wah. Gravity doesn't exist. Wah, wah, wah. Everything is relative. Wah, wah. The earth is flat because wah, wah, perspectives and angles. Wah, wah, wah. It's all just optical illusions. Wah, wah, wah. NASA lies. Wah, wah, wah. Density and buoyancy. Wah, wah, wah. The horizon always rises to eye level. Wah, wah, wah. There you go. Pure Witsit nonsense. Charlie Brown style. Think she'll like that?
Oh, thank you, Lucy.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Wow, wow, wow.
All right. Let me read a couple more. Yanush, darn it, Yanush Takas says my FE Sun animation shows altitude azimuth too. All right, yeah. So Yanush, I've used his animation. Does a really good job of showing a visual thing, and then also gives the angles. So yeah, the angles are the left, right, or azimuth angles, east, west. Those are, that's a critical part of the flat Earth, because if it's this, then we know the horizontal angles. So we'll see. But now Yanush has asked, don't share it around, because he doesn't want to have Shame Saint Plagiaire steal it.
Oh yeah,
Alejandro Vallejo.
Before you go on there, you're talking about Shame quickly.
Shame.
I just want Shame Saint Plagiaire. Yeah. Obviously he lies constantly about everything. And he recently had on X a open debate challenge. You see what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
It was an open debate challenge, and then he'd debate anyone on these list of topics. So I was like, okay, cool, open debate challenge. Shane, I accept your debate challenge. He was like, oh shit, Craig's accepted my debate challenge. No, you're only allowed to debate me on one thing, not all of them. You have to choose one thing off the list and debate me on Darren's channel. One of the things was gravity versus electrostatics, proving that, he says that it's electrostatics, not gravity. So I was like, right, I choose that. So Shane said, no, you're not allowed to debate me on that. You have to debate me on whether maps prove the Earth's shape. And I'm like, but I don't hold that position. Well, it was an open debate challenge, which you have now narrowed down and then said, I'm not allowed to debate the thing that I chose, and you choose something else, which is a position I don't hold. He's like, yeah, that's it. That's all you're allowed to debate me on. Open debate challenge, Shane.
Nice. All right, we got Charlie Welch says just hide it under a job application and Shame will never find it.
No.
And CJ Lamro
just
says,
put it in the fruit bowl. No chance.
CJ Lamro said, are you guys allowing Witsit to camp with yous or separate from the main camp? So there are tents. Each tent has 2 people in it. So
I imagine Witsit and Jaren will be camping together.
yes. Yeah.
It'll be the tent that falls over constantly, and in the morning they're shouting as they fall over, trying to put on their equipment, and they come out with their legs inside their hoods and things. Who's actually going to help them get dressed and stuff in the mornings? Have you decided that yet?
Yeah, we're gonna have Bill Nye there. He's gonna have to
can't dress himself.
I
Bill Nye's been
know.
using Velcro for years.
I know. That's the comedy. Okay. Alejandro Vallejo says, earlier this week I entered a short discussion with Shame Saint Plagiaire, and I realized he straight up admits on the explanations of his webpage that real life measurements match the globe model.
Well, there's a reason for that. That model that he shows to everybody, he stole from Walter Bisland.
And is based on the globe.
Yeah, and he stole it from Walter Bisland because in the code, he forgot to remove the copyright put in by Walter Bisland.
Well, no, he did remove the copyright.
Only after everyone pointed out he didn't remove it.
Okay, well, either way. Anyway, we've got, if you noticed, we've got a handsome Sean G has joined. He's still connecting to audio, it says.
So he didn't hear you call him handsome.
I know. Well, I don't know. He's working on his audio. While he's doing that, I'll read another one. Larry Scott says, and Flerfs assert that Atmos breaks the second law of thermodynamics. Flat Earth breaks every law of physics.
Oh, yeah. But they've got their own physics. You guys don't forget this, of course. Flat Earthers always say that, the atmosphere breaks the second law of thermodynamics. But what you then do is say, well, could you tell me what the second law of thermodynamics is? And the response is usually,
They don't know. So Sean, I don't know if you can hear me, but I see no microphone there, so something's not connecting yet. Can you hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay.
That's the give me 1 minute while I sort my audio settings out thing.
Got it. That's sign language. I love it. Otto says, lol, lol, lol. I don't like your words. No dirt in middle. That's from the DMOC song, which if we get to, we can play later. Dihydrogen monoxide says, what does Nikon think about the new P1 billion? There we go. Now we've got Sean connecting to audio. I don't know. They probably have sent a cease and desist to.
Nikon will be doing to Toon what Nintendo are doing to Pal World.
Pal World.
Don't worry, just it's not for you.
Okay.
Pokemon with guns.
Oh, that sounds great. All right, Sean, can you talk now,
How you
Sean?
doing, sir?
Oh,
yeah, can you hear me?
There we go.
Awesome.
How we doing, Sean? Nice to see you, dude.
Sorry. Yeah, you too. Yeah, first time on Zoom, so it's been a minute, so the audio settings are funny.
You did better than Robert Bennett.
And every other flat earther that ever tries to connect.
Yeah, it's just a couple buttons, like what, 2 buttons?
Yeah, that's usually too much for them. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So good job.
Thank you.
So, in case you don't know, Sean G is what the other Flurfers claim doesn't exist.
Yeah, because once you go flat, you never go back.
An ex-flat earther.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I am the impossible.
You am. So maybe explain for the audience so they know how that happened and
Yeah, absolutely. Came across, I was a conspiracy theorist and fell into this one of the live streams for Flat Earth, and pretty much realized real quick that all the things you think you know about the globe, I had no clue. And then I was just bombarded with, hey, look at this, things that deny and misrepresent. And that was what my understanding was built on for a long time. Luckily, had the opportunity to talk to guys, have guys like you and all the other really smart people around to help me better understand these things. And at a certain point, things stopped working. They stopped making sense. Then I went to asking all my Flat Earth friends that were content creators how things worked. And they weren't giving me answers that made any sense for me to understand what they were saying, right? Because it was basically just what they said made it a little bit more simple, but never details. So my understanding was built upon it. And then, speaking of Jaren, the documentary came out. Pretty sure you recall the flashlight test. It wasn't a very significant one, but it was one that really opened my eyes to things. One, it was a test that flat earthers did that didn't work. More importantly, at the time, I was talking to Jaren. Like, I could talk to him in the backgrounds and immediate response. I said, Jaren, what's going on? And he said, they lied. They played tricks on the camera. And I went, what? And he said, that's not how the test result happened. And I went, explain it to me. And he went, that's all I'm going to say. And I went, you're lying. And then that was pretty much my foot out the door. That was the part where it went, okay, things don't make sense. And all these guys were making stuff up. And my understanding was way too far along for the BS to work on me. So I left Flat Earth, and that was almost I think it's about 5 years ago now.
Wow.
Just about. Yep.
So let's see. We've got just so for reference here, we've got Amber that says Sean G's handsomeness is a state secret. And then Roger Shoemaker says Sean's beard is fire. So
thank you.
That's a strong beard game. Yeah. I can't grow facial hair. I've tried.
No.
It's basically, Sean, what you're saying is you listen to people.
Don't worry, because this is 40 years of trying. This is
okay.
If I shave this off, it's gone forever.
He's never shaved ever.
It started, then you kept going. Yeah. No, so basically, Sean, what you were saying is the reason you're an ex-flat earther is because you actually looked into it and tried to understand things.
Yeah, it was, for me, it was really important that I understood both sides of what I was getting. It was like Flat Earth was too easy. I halfway through it, I did realize that a lot of what's going on is just globe denial. It is just acknowledging where science leaves off. You know, where science goes, "Hey, we don't know." That's your ammo. That's your bread and butter as a flat earther. The fact that science can't explain everything. Once I realized that's not the conclusion of in most of these things you're thinking about, it's really hard to go, "Hey guys, why am I seeing obstruction?" And they go, "Perspective." But I know a
Explain
balloon.
perspective.
Yeah, well, if I by this time I'm like, a balloon in the sky doesn't become obstructed as it goes further away. So perspective is not the reason. It getting further away cannot be the reason. And then everything just started falling apart from there. You know, just they weren't giving me the answers that a guy, luckily, you know, a professor in physics. I'd have a 2-hour conversation with him and he would figure out how to dumb it down for me, but he would give me the details and answer my questions as honest as he could. And then I go to a flat earther and the conversation would last 10 minutes at best. And then maybe 3 questions in, it was, "Why are you asking me all these questions?" You know, as if I shouldn't have to answer you. And all those were red flags, big time red flags. And again, there were red flags for both sides at the time, but you gotta add up all those red flags. You gotta weigh both sides objectively, you know, for the situation I was in at the time, at least. Now there's the stuff I'm hearing just aggravates me. It does aggravate. That is one of the reasons I'm still around. It does aggravate me that I was fooled. I mean, there's no other way around it, right? I'm not going to sit here and BS anybody. I was tricked. I was convinced that science didn't understand it as good as Joe Schmo sitting in his basement for 5 years, gathering every conspiracy information he can on the internet. It happens. But luckily, I was one that gave up, and I was able to find my way out of it. So yeah. There are those select few that you can still pull out.
So one thing I'd really like to ask, which I didn't when we spoke before, was when you spent a lot of time in the flat earth community, like you said, making friends with content creators and stuff. What was the immediate reaction when you were like, okay, the earth isn't flat, from the main flat earth community that you were involved with?
It was, you would think it was nothing like Ranty. Ranty got nothing but hatred, right? I got to find out who the people that I had built these relationships with. I got to find out who the real relationships were and who the people chasing clout, I guess you would say. I was lucky as a flat earther. This is weird to say. I didn't start at the bottom, right? You know, there's people in the chats and they hang out in the chats and they're there for years before they may get on a panel. And then we're not even talking about live streaming or nothing like that. Yeah. I found the panel I found was Question Everything Dreads. I don't know if you guys remember him. And I was on the panel within a month of finding them. And then I was instantly on those panels, Bro Sanchez, Sun and Moon. I mean, I was part of the big channels. And then even better, I called out Tim Osmond and all the trolls my very first live stream. So I had all the attention on me right away. So the people that I was talking to, I really expected good answers out of, because these are the people that were driving flat earth. When I said I was talking to Jaron, there was these situations where it was like, "Hey, Jaron, can you explain this?" And he would literally just be like, "Just watch my video." That doesn't work for me. Yeah. Especially if I have a guy that's willing to explain it to me and spend hours talking to me about it. Yeah. So,
you know, and that's of course blaringly obvious that they don't have any, you know, real explanations. It's all just kind of fuzzy, vague stuff, and no predictions, because predictions require an application of geometry or physics or optics or something. And yes. And then once you make a prediction, well, you've committed to it. If it's not right, then it's yes. Testable.
Mm-hmm. And that was one of the things I noticed as well. where you yourself, you've sat here and you've calculated and you've made predictions for the trip. In the same token, on Flat Earth side, whether it's in the open or not, in those little groups or not, what I experienced was it wasn't about, hey, Flat Earth make a prediction. It was show where the globe has made predictions and been wrong, and then just point out that they're not always right. Doesn't really.
But the problem
make a
is,
point.
it's not the globe predictions. It's the predictions for the globe that flat earthers made, but they didn't do it well.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a straw man of the actual thing that we're saying, which they then debunk the straw man and go, I win.
Yeah, I liked what you said earlier, Craig. It was amazing, and it was a light bulb that went, why doesn't everyone ask this question? I think MC, you said that you were willing to take your channel down if the sun sets. Okay, and I know I'm very tiny. Who the F am I? But I'll state that right now. I'll take my channel down. All my globe stuff goes away. I'm going to keep my flat Earth stuff because I'm going to need that. But all my globe stuff goes away, and I do a big apology. I'm into that because, as far as I'm concerned, the fact that if it sets, it contradicts everything they've been even saying this whole time, right? Like you were saying, if the sun doesn't set to them. So, but if it sets, it's globes out. I mean, naturally, that sun sets, we're all effed. But but reality states that it's not going to, and I'm very confident in that belief.
100%.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I've said to Jaren and Austin, and all. I will join Globebusters straight up. If the sun doesn't do what we expect it to do when you're there, okay, cool. I'm hanging out with Austin from now on.
So, Real Cygnus asks, who was your Papa Flerf?
That would be Dreads. You've been exposed. Question everything. That side of Flat Earth.
Okay. Is he still around?
Yes, but he is not a flat Earth. He does not believe a globe. We'll say that. He is doing something absolutely different. Matter of fact, he has moved to Thailand. So he does his like a family live stream or something like that. I still talk to him all the time.
Cool.
Oh my goodness. So Walking Man, and I knew this was happening. Walking Man says the Dutch Flat Earth Conference, September 28th, coming up. The main Flerf, the headline speaker, the keynote. Hey everybody, come to this convention because we have. Can you do an angel singing? I can't. Is Arwin.
Yes, I'm so excited for this. So
I don't even have a freaking 1,000 subscribers.
So I've known about this for about 2 weeks now because I'm not gonna lie, I religiously watch his stream every morning.
You do?
Oh yes. Oh yes. If you don't, do it. Okay. So this is what happens. He announces that he is going to be on this stream. And I don't know if you guys are going to do it now, but I've already decided that I don't care how much it costs. I don't care if it's $300. I am streaming that on my channel, no matter what. Arwin.
I might go.
Arwin's not a public speaker. Surprise.
He's barely a live streamer and he does a daily stream.
No surprise.
Yeah. So on top of that, he's shitting his pants every single day, stressing about how this is going to go. His biggest issue right now is that he feels he needs to do it in Dutch, but he doesn't understand. He doesn't think he's able to translate his concepts in Dutch.
Wait, what? The language he speaks?
Yes.
He has over 2,000 episodes in English.
Yeah.
And he can't translate the concepts that he speaks in English into his own, like... What?
He cannot. He has stated it's impossible for him to do so. The main problem is a lot of the concepts he has aren't words in the Dutch language. So explaining it would be extremely difficult.
I have a little, let's see. I have a little taste of Arwen, if you want to. Just a second here. I'll prep it.
Yeah, in any stream in the last week and a half, if you go to find him somewhere in that stream, he's flipping out about it. It's an amazing process watching this happen as it leads up to it.
So tell us about an average stream of Arwen's. What happens?
Oh,
is there a format?
Yes.
Is there audience interaction? Talk us through an average Arwen stream. I actually might start getting into this. Be in the chat, man. Come on.
Okay. Arwen regularly has 25 to 40 people watching his live stream at all times. Average, 3 people in the chat. Typically, the 3 trolls that openly troll him on a regular basis. So this is how the streams go. Now that you've got that background, the stream starts him starting a topic up. The topic goes somewhere. A troll says something in the chat, usually like same sweater, or how's your day, or something as general as it looks cold out there. And then he will start freaking out, yelling at them. He will typically time out or ban 1 or 2 Glovers per hour. And if a flat earther says anything that he misconstrues, they're gone too. He regularly will hide a wrenched flat earther. It's amazing. What happens is he notices 36 people are in his chat or in his live stream, but no one's in his chat. So he will flip out about that. He gets very upset about that.
Why ain't no one talking?
Yes. And now he has resulted to this. Arwen, okay, I don't know exactly how his situation works, but as far as I know, he lives like in a dormitory-ish type place, and he gets assisted living or whatever. I don't really know much of it, but he generally will just e-beg the whole time. Not, hey, GoFundMe's, not, hey, there's a link in the chat if you guys want to. He has resulted to, if you don't donate to me, you're gay. If
you don't donate to me, you're gay.
Yes.
Shit,
Yeah,
I better donate.
He gets.
Yeah, now it's mandatory.
Guys, if you don't donate to Arwen, you are all gay.
Yeah.
Now, just for reference, there are some people that are, and you're fine. You continue to not donate to him, but if that's a problem for you, then you're gonna have to donate. Obviously.
Mm-hmm. Now, there is a drawback. Okay, I'm not going to lie. Maybe it was 4 months ago. I saw Charlie in the chat, so he could probably fix that date on me. I donated $5 to Arwen. Yeah, this is when I started watching, like, just regularly. And I was thinking, this dude, he's been streaming forever. Nathan Oakley just, buried him, put him in the dirt, and threw him away. I felt bad. I felt bad. $5. What's $5? But just understand, if you are a Glover and you donate to Arwen, he will say your name. And there is a team of Glovers that will ridicule you wherever you go. To tell you to stop donating and to his delinquency of and unwillingness to get a job. So just know there's a defensive line out there to stop that from happening. But he does get donations every blue moon, typically from a flat earther though. But he is. It is.
But he will read out whatever you say in super chats, right? So I could just start sending.
No. Oh, no. He doesn't do super chats. He doesn't. Okay, so Arwen has. How do you say this? I don't want Hitler-esque rants.
Friend of the Führer.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Friend of the Führer. He has an affinity for him. Apparently, with that, who he feels is at fault in the current situation happening.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he will go off on these insanely angry, the worst triggered rants you've probably ever heard.
So what triggered?
Yeah. So what happens is Arwen, even though he's close, I think he's actually over 2,000 subscribers now, can't monetize. So the only way he monetizes is, hey, my PayPal, hey, my whatever links he has like that. yeah. So, and that's a whole other task of watching happen, because if he can't figure it out, I watched someone donate to him from America, and it was like a banking transaction or something like that. Arwen couldn't figure it out, and he flipped out and banned that person out of the chat because they wouldn't explain to him how the routing system works in America.
What? So they were trying to donate to him, and
yes.
he got mad and banned them.
Yes, because he couldn't figure out the whole bank. Then he ended his stream because he had to figure it out because he needs smokes.
I might donate to his PayPal, but do it under business and then claim it back a week later. That's evil, Craig. Don't do that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but it is a wealth of content for certain people. There's definitely a lot of content out there of his rants and raves and stuff. But like I said, I'm just really excited about this conference. Really excited. I'm taking predictions too. What will happen?
Do you think he'll back out? Are people saying that?
No, I think he's got to.
Okay, so that's one of the things. Yeah, backing out is one of the options. But Arwen thinks this is going to put him up there, above the Nathan Oakley, right? He's going to be a flat Earth speaker, and for him, I think he's committed to doing it. Now, that doesn't mean he won't get on stage and freeze. That doesn't mean he will get to the foot of those steps to get on the stage and freeze. I can't predict those. Those are the things that I'm expecting actually to happen. If it's in Dutch, I don't care. I'll have someone, Voy, if you're out there, I designated him to be my translator. He hasn't agreed, but no matter what, he has to, because this is too awesome.
Can I just say that a flight to Norway from Edinburgh is £28.
Not Norway.
Where is he?
The Netherlands.
Netherlands. Oh, I got the wrong place. Damn.
Where is the conference?
We learned earlier.
Where's the conference?
Actually, let me pull it up.
Right, okay.
He's not in the one city that everybody knows about in the Netherlands.
It's going to be advertised.
What do we know what date this conference is?
It
is on the 29th.
29th of this month.
Yes.
Okay. I could go there for £33.
Speaks at 1:30.
Should I attend the conference?
Oh my gosh.
That would be amazing.
Somebody. Let's if somebody lives in the Netherlands and can go and record it, we need to coordinate this somehow.
That would be amazing.
If it's got to be you, Craig, or somebody, we need.
As of right now, you're the closest, Craig.
Is there an online site for the conference or something? Yeah. I need to find out to get tickets and stuff. Like,
there's.
Let me get to that. I'll get that stuff for you.
There are some people in the Netherlands. Ned is in the Netherlands. I don't know who else. You remember that, Craig? You remember that guy that did the singing back like 5 years ago?
I can't remember his name.
He hasn't been active for a long time, but he was in the he's in the Netherlands. Anyway, it's a Dutch guy that has the Anime Girl YouTube channel. It's not Dora. Oh no, Dora. Dora's in the Netherlands. Dora. You're good. Dora watches everything. So Dora, you will watch this. I know you will watch this. You need to, Dora. We've got to coordinate this, Dora.
Okay. Is there like a chat in here?
There is. I mean, you can send it to me on Discord.
Okay, yeah, I'll send you the.
I'm searching for the conference, and the first thing that's brought me up is a thing about flat Earth and mental health illnesses.
So Brianna Johnson found it. There it is. Brianna Johnson found it.
Yeah, that's where I just got it from.
I'll send it to you, Craig.
That's right. Okay, I've got that.
And it, just so you know, the website's in Dutch, so you're gonna have to translate it.
Well, Google does that for free, built in.
Exactly.
Isn't
Yep.
that nice?
How do I make it translate?
Translate full page to English. All right. The Dutch Flat Earth Convention, TFEC 2, will take place on Saturday 28 and Sunday 29 September 2024 in the town of Heel in Limburg. See location.
There's not, just for reference, there's not going to be this many people that it shows. Most of those seats will be empty.
Yeah, actually, let me I'll put it up on screen here for everybody to see. So, hold on.
And Arwen speaks on day one.
Except at one, what's it? Where is he? 1:30. Ball Earth. How do you come up with it, Arwen?
So
That's
he's not he's not the main. He's not the headline.
no.
What? Who screwed that up?
Well, the headliner is the guy who's actually running the conference. That Franz guy, he's the one that
Helslinger.
Yeah, he is the coordinator director.
Heslinga.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the Cosmic Egg by Peter Vert. This is. I really want this to be streamed.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for to figure out if you can.
I can't even see how to buy tickets to it.
It's €75 for Saturday.
Translate full page.
Hmm.
Admission for both.
They said there's
€135
on the YouTube channel that promotes it. They said they're going to be streaming it, but there's no setup or anything like that. So I'm not 100% that they are, but like I said, if they are, I don't care how much it costs. I'm getting it.
Well, if they're streaming it, all you need to do is just restream it from their YouTube channel. It wouldn't cost you anything.
Well, yeah, no, but if they make you pay for it, I'm paying for it.
They can't make you pay for it.
Right.
Just restream it and say fuck you.
I'm just saying, no matter what, I'm watching it.
Ivy is the anime character that's run by a Dutch person. So Ivy, if you watch this, you gotta go. We need you to go. You, Dora, Tiny Captain says he's in the Netherlands, but he's on an island and is busy, so we can't go. Brenda Creates wonders, will Arwen be wearing a shirt?
So
Unfortunately, Brenda, probably yes. I know you were hoping.
So this is actually part of the discussion. He has limited options. He has a white shirt that is a dress shirt. I call it his Napoleon shirt because it has like the little fluffy.
Oh yeah,
stuff
you
all
watch
over
him
it.
often, so you've seen his wardrobe.
Yes. He has a black sweater which has a bunch of holes in it, and then he has a white shirt. He has to wear pants because the shorts he wears. Sounds crazy, but this is what happens on the streets.
He has to wear pants.
Because he only has his only other pair of shorts that are too big, and he has to tie a knot on them.
God. Does he literally only have like 3 items of clothing?
I'm pretty sure. So basically, there's what's happening is called Shortsgate. What's happening is one day Arwen gets up to go smoke a cigarette because he does this regularly, just leaves the stream for like 5-10 minutes, and the trolls that are on his channel that are just looking for that content noticed that there was a very large bulge on his back, like at the waist area on the back of your shorts. And they were like, what is it? To the point where they aggravated him enough to get angry and triggered and explain that his pants are too big, that he has to tie them in knots and then wrap tape around it. And that is what the bulge was. It's still a controversy, but we're not sure.
I feel bad, right?
I'm trying to feel bad, but then he's
Right?
So,
mind,
all right.
mind flurfer, so you know.
So for
Yeah.
well, there's that. So hey, for reference, Arwen back several years ago, Arwen, somebody sent him money because he wanted to buy a Bible, and he didn't spend the money on the Bible. I don't know how true this is or not. Doesn't matter. I'm like, well, I'll just send him a Bible. So I got his address. I talked to him. He gave me his address. I sent him a Bible. I asked him what translation he wanted. He's got the Bible. Has he read it? I don't know. Don't care. Then he was looking to get a better microphone. I said, hey, I'll send you some money for a better microphone. I'd like to hear your voice better. So he has the microphone he has now. He's upgraded in part because of the money I sent him 5 years ago. Right. I don't think I've told anybody this. Maybe not, at least not for 5 years. I sent him some money for the microphone that he currently uses.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I understand the sentiment. That's why I did it. Right. It's like, hey man, this guy's live streaming. He just needs a little, but if you listen to one stream, you learn real quick that yes, he may need it, but he is definitely asking for a handout. Like I've heard him say numerous times, be like, I can't work. I can't be around people.
Oh, yeah. If he wasn't streaming, he'd be sitting on a street with a cup in front of him, you know?
Yes, that is, and that's what he says. That's not even just talking. That's literally how he explains it. So to me, it's kind of like, okay, at that point, and again, this is very watered down. The situation. If you watch a stream, you'll realize real quick why donating to him is not quite the best idea.
That's why if you're like, it's better to send a thing that he needs than money, because it might not go to the right place.
Well, how much money do you think he gets on an average stream?
Oh, not much.
$5-10.
Yeah.
Right. So enough to buy a pack of cigs.
Pack of cigs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he gets financial assistance, right?
Yes. Yeah. He's not going to be homeless. That's not the issue.
I don't know. Don't he have some kind of universal income in Amsterdam? I'm not sure.
Something. He has something. He's already said he gets something. This is all for the extra that he can't get.
So is he getting paid by the conference?
No.
Oh, what?
I believe.
What?
They're charging 75 quid a ticket and he's not getting paid.
I believe he is. There are some perks for him, but as far as I know of what he said, he's not getting paid for it.
Nah, we need to start sending donations to say to him, demand to get paid.
Hey, he'll be live tomorrow. I'll demand.
What time does he go live? Because I feel like joining in.
Oh my goodness, Darren Nesbitt.
9 a.m. Central.
9 a.m. Central. Okay. Darren Nesbitt has my favorite Flat Earth map. It's the diamond-shaped map with the Pac-Man sun that's got brilliant. Antarctica at the bottom.
Yeah. And the planes literally go from one side and appear the other.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yep.
Arwen has that. He doesn't say Pac-Man.
His is the Mercator. Arwen's a Mercator.
Yeah, and he's kind of like Awakened Souls now, where you can't say Pac-Man. I tried. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to play this game, Simulation Rectangle Earth. I actually love it. It's fun, but it's not Pac-Man, because Pac-Man has that momentary area where there's nothing happening, whereas in these projections, light simultaneously reaches the end and the beginning. Unfiltered, so there's no gap at all. Yeah, but Pac-Man has that.
It's like Asteroids.
Yeah, Asteroids doesn't have a gap.
Yeah,
it doesn't have nothing. Is how I explain it. Yeah, that's about it. That's as far as it really goes.
Yeah.
God, yes, 11's right. Imagine being Arwen's roommate. You say he's in some kind of dorm thing. Imagine hearing him just scream all the time, just at his computer.
Oh yeah, I have never heard rages like he has. It's bad. It's really bad. Man, you know me, man. I don't really like talking crap about fuck, but he's got some real mental issues. It's like
And this is the bastion of flat Earth in Amsterdam. You know the. So what was the falling out between him and Oakley about? Because I can't remember.
Oh, because every time he'd speak up, Oakley would tell him to shut up.
Oh yeah, that was right. Yeah,
his voice, his words are his voice didn't matter to them, and you know what he was saying, right? So when he left for the first week, this was his proclaim: if Oakley wants me back, you guys need to send me $500. If I get $500, I'll go back to Oakley's.
It's not gonna happen.
Well, he hasn't been on Oakley since.
But to mock him, didn't Oakley create a GoFundMe?
Did he?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Which didn't
get
funded.
It was to show. Yeah, it was to show Arwen that no one gave an F.
Yeah,
and it worked.
Like Oakley did that to the guy that was on his panel, and after Ranty
years.
Yeah. After Ranty exited, all of the stuff, the mistreatment of Arwen by Oakley, was told by Ranty about how Arwen started doing the pre-show, the early bird, before Oakley's show, and he would get some super chats, and Oakley's like, oh, hell no. And so then Oakley did a pre-show overlapping Arwen's pre-show to make sure that he got the super chats.
Yeah, our Oakley would start his live streams early if he knew Arwen was doing that. He looked at Arwen as a billboard. Arwen, you're only supposed to get everyone amped for my stream, not receive stuff.
Yeah. You don't get money. You just tell them to go to my thing.
Yeah, he wasn't even allowed to. He wasn't even allowed to get money. That was what the problem was.
I mean, but Oakley treated JG Jose. What's his name? Yeah,
Jose.
Oakley treated him the same when he left, because he was having a moment on Oakley stream saying, "Oh well, no one cares what I say," and they're all like saying stuff to him, and then he turns out he's not a flat earther, and then they all treat him like shit.
Yeah, that was Jose's question phase of his flat earth. That was when, hey, you guys need to start answering. Matter of fact, I already talked to Jose. I actually have Jose's last flat earth conversation, and it was with QE, and it was a one-on-one that I was just happened to be sitting in the voice chat for. It was a good conversation. I enjoyed listening to it. I'm going to play it sooner or later.
I'd be interested in that.
It was crazy.
And this is the conversation that made Jose leave flat earth.
I've said this openly, so Jose won't get mad at me. I believe that a good week of Jose saying he was a Glober, he was still a flat earther. I think he was testing the waters, and then once he felt comfortable, he did leave flat earth. But the conversation that you will hear is it's kind of like him saying he wants to test the reaction of Globe of a ex-flat earther, but only to verify flat earth is correct. And that was kind of the way he went about it. I've talked to him about this on his live stream before, not directly that, but he kind of laid it out where he wasn't very comfortable leaving flat earth, but he didn't know what else to do. But at the same time, he had such distrust with flat earth, but he still didn't trust a globe. So he didn't leave flat earth because it's a globe. He left flat earth because flat earth was full of crap, and then he became understanding that it was a globe. That's pretty much how it was laid out.
Well, all right, I have a little Arwen sampling to play. This might have been Charlie that sent it. Charlie Welch. Charlie Welch is another regular in the Arwen chat. So I'll share it to you first, and then I'll play it to everybody. So give me a second here.
No, it doesn't do anything anymore. I just noticed.
All right, here we go. Arwen versus the Fly.
Felt that and realizes that God. Die, you fucking piece of shit! Fucking die! Die!
It's a fly.
Get the fucking hint.
It's a fly.
So you're saying that's one is only top that he owns? It's covered in holes.
That's the typical white shirt he wears, yes. And then the shorts, yes. That is his
fly again.
stream attire.
Yeah, I would hurt a fucking fly. Those fucking flies.
Seriously.
And that's the same energy.
Getting in my face, literally in front of my face, in between me and the camera, in the middle of my esoteric talk. You fucking die, you piece of shit!
He's actually angry at the fly.
Yeah, because the fly is at fault.
Yeah, there's a cat. I will state this: he has never abused that cat on camera, right? So let's make that very clear. But he has the same rage when a local cat walks into his room and hangs out in there. He picks the cat up. I mean, it's I'm not BSing at all. There is no aggression to the cat, but that same energy is the same energy he has about the cat as he's doing it and after he puts the cat outside when he comes back to the camera. Same energy. Doesn't matter what it is. That's his energy. Mm-hmm.
That's not normal.
His Illuminati croissant, which he eats on camera. So aggravating.
What?
He's been mad because that was too hot before. Same type of energy.
He gets angry. Illuminati croissant?
I don't know. See, I don't know if this is what it's really called or this is what he just calls it. It's a triangle croissant, but it's like, like there's like bread and water and like rice. Like that's your staple for jail, I guess. Okay. He eats that like that's all he has. Like that's it. That's all he has. Just his little tea and his Illuminati croissant that he eats on camera. Like if I was just chowing down right now, he does the same thing. But yeah, it's... You guys want entertainment, watch it. There's a guy named Jamie Charlie out there. If you can tell me the exact name of his channel, there's a guy named Jamie that is part of the little troll guys that F with Arwen a lot. He makes some amazing uploads about Arwen. Toon, you can't play those here.
I don't get, it's crazy. How does he not get this? YouTube is so inconsistent.
Yeah.
That he
gets...
gets...
It's because he's got 3 people watching him.
Jamie Sea Level.
Well, he has a lot of people watching. That's the insane part. But none of them are I don't know who they are, but there's only 3 people in chat at a time. And yeah, he gets upset. And that's the other thing. If no one talks, he'll rage out like that. And then end the stream.
Just people not saying anything in the chat gets
anything
angry.
at all. Yeah, he will leave. He'll end it if no one talks in his chat. Those are the days I love. If I go in there at around 9 Central Time and I see no likes and like 2 or 3 people in the chat only, I know he's going to get triggered because he doesn't do panels.
So it's about 2 p.m. my time. I need to start doing watching this regularly because I should be back from the gym. Done housework done. That should be my daily routine. You will think. That can't be possible. How can Sean watch this every morning? After the first time you watch him for the first 15 minutes, you're going to go, I get it.
I got to check every morning I'm going to wake up and I got to check that channel every single day. And I don't watch the whole thing. Sometimes it's like, he's like all calm. I'm like, oh, who wants to watch a calm Arwen?
I don't see that.
He has
that's like
2,074 or 75 live streams that he's done.
Hey, I give him respect for that because, hey, Toon, Craig, you guys know exactly, and I know, to do 2,000 live streams by yourself, by yourself for 2 to 3 hours every single day. That's a talent. I don't care, even if he's saying nothing, to be able to do that every day takes something.
Yeah,
because it's not easy to do that. It's not, you don't just point and click and just start talking.
Wow. It just goes on and on, doesn't it?
Does he?
And he's just wearing the same clothes in every single one. Oh my god, he really, I'm not even kidding, Toon.
I know, I've watched.
Yeah,
can I share the screen a sec?
After Oakley did what he did, I tried to get on because I wanted to.
Oh god! No, I was going the one I fucking find. No.
The first one.
But look, white t-shirt. Oh, he's got a new one there.
Ooh, black shirt.
White t-shirt. White t-shirt. Oh, back with the black one. It must be when he's got the other ones in the wash, he wears his black one.
No, he talks about having a limited wardrobe.
It
depends on the time of year.
All right, let's go back like a few months and look, see what he's wearing. Oh, the black t-shirt.
There's a sweater.
A sweater, right?
Oh, he's got
That sweater's
he's
a staple.
reviewing a video.
Same, yeah.
So what happens when you ask him about the crossbow on the wall behind him?
Oh, don't do that. It's not a crossbow. Don't do that, buddy. Matter of fact, tomorrow morning when you wake up, I want you to go to Arwen and I want you to ask him about his crossbow on the wall. And you will get a full experience of Arwen, because I've seen that happen.
Everybody, if you can, jump onto Arwen's tomorrow and be like, hey, cool crossbow.
It must be winter, because he's just got this sweater on constantly.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh my God.
So here's the thing.
It's not a crossbow.
You don't have to troll. You don't have to be, stupid crossbow. Say, hey, be complimentary. I love that crossbow. That's it.
Yep.
So I have to do.
Awesome sweater that you wear a lot.
It's all it takes. And those statements are just
back to the
basic
white
statements. Yeah, he is as triggered as it gets.
So if it's not a crossbow, what is it?
It's a bow and arrow, longbow.
But isn't it a crossbow?
No,
I don't know.
The bag, the sheath bag that the arrows go in.
Oh,
that's
right.
it. Just
The
across
quiver.
that way.
The quiver.
Yeah. Yes.
So does he
And
get
real-
angry because people call it a crossbow instead of a bow?
And that's how I know the reaction you'll get, because I asked him, because I thought it was pretty cool. And he went off for about 10 minutes about how I was trolling him, because clearly it's not a crossbow. He has never shot a crossbow in his life. So it was amazing.
You
Does he
can't
ever have
even
guests on?
hold on. You can't even type samosa in his chat as it's banned.
Yeah, there's a lot going. There he is, Jamie Sea Level. There's the upload genius. His stuff is amazing. But again, I don't think you could get away with playing it here and keep YouTube happy.
Right,
But they are amazing.
We're 2 years back now, and he's still got the sweater and the black t-shirt and the white t-shirt. He seems to have 3 items of clothing that he's worn for at least the past 2 years.
Does he have more
isn't it
hair
two?
though? As you go back in time, is there more hair?
Oh, don't do that to him. Okay, so
yeah, the hair's getting longer.
his hair, the long part, is as thick and luscious as always.
Thick and luscious.
You said luscious.
Oh, right. So 3 years ago, we still got the white t-shirt.
But you could tell there's a whole lot of comb over that top.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you watch his early stuff to now, oh my God, there's a huge. Arwen looks like Obama. You know the Obama change.
No, why has he got his shirt off again? Stop it.
Oh, because he doesn't have AC.
But he has a door open right next to him. Oh, back with the sweater. Right, yeah. So he's got 3 tops: a black t-shirt, a white t-shirt, and a sweater.
Yes. That is
For 3 years.
Standard Arwen.
3 years.
outfit.
Yeah. The sweater. Yeah, back with the sweater.
Yeah, the sweater's like a turtleneck, right?
Yeah.
Yes. It's like one of those fluffy ones that like your grandma would wear.
Oh, we found before he got to his new layout, so we've got him back
the
that
arch.
far.
It's pre-arch.
Yeah.
What if somebody made him a different layout?
Look, still got that on.
He seems to love, once he finds something, he just sticks to it.
What if people made a different one for him, right? Something with a little bit of an Easter egg in it.
Most of the time, people would say thank you.
Thumbnails now.
But I don't know if he would say thank you. I'm not sure how his reaction would actually be. Oh, you were asking me about if he does panels. He actually interviewed Duffy for the final experiment.
Oh, really?
Yes. It went, I hope, like the conference will. Rather than being on task, it was Arwen explains his ideas. So Duffy, as nice as a man as he is, he kind of just sat through it and then got held hostage for like the last 30 minutes to hear about his rectangle model and stuff. He's not great at it. Let's put it that way. I'm excited for this conference.
So, all right, these oldest ones.
7 years ago, he still got the black T-shirt on.
Is it a different? It's the same room though, right?
Yes. Yeah. Same place.
Yeah.
But no crossbow.
No.
When does the crossbow show up?
No crossbow. Wait, no.
Oh, there it is.
The wall.
There. There's the crossbow.
I want to see where the white T-shirt first appeared.
So the reason why it looks to me,
the first white T-shirt was 5 years ago. It seems to be.
Wait, does that have a collar?
Oh, is that a different one?
Does that shirt have a collar?
Oh, it's a different
It
color.
has a collar.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow. It's been a while
all right, so
since he had a
here's
collar.
why it
Oh,
looks.
look, P. Mars in the chat. Good God.
Just a second. Here's why I think it looks more like a crossbow is because that's a very short bow, right? Even children's bows are not that short, but crossbows are because they're made of a different material that's a lot more rigid.
Oh yeah, it absolutely. Like when you just see it, especially because usually it's like kind of in the corner of his camera, so it absolutely looks like a crossbow.
Yeah.
Especially when you just glance at
Yeah,
it.
look at that. It's a crossbow. Totally a crossbow.
So he's had this sweater for at least 6 years.
Oh.
It's getting
All
some
right, look
good
at that.
use out of it. Must
All
be
right.
a good quality sweater.
That microphone is the old microphone.
So this is
Yeah, let's
this
get
is real.
let's get some of the sound. Let's get the sound from these.
Oh, I'm not routing the sound through.
You're not. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've not got my. I'm just connected to Zoom. I haven't got anything up. So
It's
I
a
can't route the sound
horse
through.
bow. They're short, so you can shoot from horseback. Oh, it's Brianna Johnson says it's an elf bow. Is he an elf or a wizard? I thought he's a wizard.
I think he's a wizard.
Brenda, send that to Toon.
Oh yeah, I won't even get into the. Oh, he has
Okay.
powers.
All right,
guys. He
so
has actual powers.
all right, so here the takeaway from this is he's going to be at a conference in this weekend, and
Yes.
we need to if it's not streamed, we definitely need to get somebody there. But we really would like to get somebody there.
Yeah.
And if Craig, you were sitting front and center, right, like
Definitely
this,
looking at it.
just like this,
That'd be great.
Hi, Owen.
big fan,
Oh,
big fan.
You've got a crossbow.
We'll get you an Arwen shirt. It's gonna say Arwen, nice crossbow.
Oh my god.
I could go cosplay as Arwen and just wear a white T-shirt with some holes in.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Hold on. This Rasputin thing. That one's pretty long, isn't it? That video. Right? It's a little. I'll do a little sampling of it. Right? Hold on.
1,000 streams, all like 3 to 4 hours long.
Yep. And just talking to the sometimes Chad or himself.
All
This
right.
is all.
Here we go. Here's.
'Cause fuck you.
fucking psycho.
All right, I'm gonna stop. It's a little bit, a little sweary.
Wait. Dude.
Yeah.
That was the nice version. That hadn't even got. He hadn't even got going. He hadn't even got going yet. That was Calm Arwen.
I know. Anyway, I still like him. I can't not. I don't know. He's definitely damaged. He's definitely damaged.
I don't hate him. There's no hate for Arwen.
I think I need to start watching his shows.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't watch Mr. Beast anymore with everything that's happened, so, you know.
Well, I do apologize if you get addicted to it as I am. Again, it's not I don't watch the whole things, but you will find yourself checking on Arwen every morning for whatever reason you need to.
So anyway, yeah, everybody has a task tomorrow. Don't all do it at the same time, but just compliment him on the crossbow.
On this awesome crossbow on the wall.
That's it. All right. Well, we spent a lot of time on that topic, but Sean, you're here because you have the insight of a brain that used to be a flat earther into what type of thing might be useful. So for me, just to qualify this, I don't expect that this will do much for those that are already in the flat earth cult. The final experiment to Antarctica. I think that it will severely curtail any of their evangelism into their cult, right? Because you say, well, flat earthers went to Antarctica, the sun was seen due south. How is that possible on this thing? And any rational person will say, yeah, I'm out. So those that are in, though, so what could be done? And that's what I if you have anything, what could be done to maybe crack through a little bit of the barriers that they've put up?
Lower the expectations you have.
Mine are at zero. My expectations are zero.
I don't have any expectations for Flerfs to be intelligent in any way.
Yeah. Lower your expectations.
Oh, go lower than that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is how I've looked at this. The best chance Flat Earth had in this whole situation is Duffy flaked. Apparently, that's not the issue, because it was the news to me that flat earthers are paid for. It's a go. Everything's a go. So, and that was the concern that I had. I've talked to a few of you guys about this, because this is how I was looking at it. Because I understood the pushback Flat Earth had this whole time, from the beginning of it up until the verified who's going and all that kind of stuff. We've seen this stuff. Everyone's seen this stuff. What? A dozen times. Hey, I got a great idea. I'll fly you here. I'll do this. I'll do that. Let's figure this out. And then they flake. They disappear. It doesn't happen. And that's what the pushback was about. I get that part. But when it comes to seeing a 24-hour sun, that needle in a haystack that I was, that's your best bet. And there will be one. There'll be a couple that are going to leave Flat Earth because of this. As for the guys going there, Flat Earth has already kind of put Jaren in a who cares what he says pedestal. Yeah. And Witsit, I think he's already got his foot out the door with his geocentric arguments. So
yeah. Plus his other pivots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for that, Flat Earth isn't going to really back him this isn't going to change Flat Earth.
No, but I do think it's going to give us the ability to push back on certain arguments.
Oh yeah,
a bit more. But that never proves anything anyway, right?
Well, if we get the 24-hour recorded and say Witsit or Jaren recorded, so we can say, "Hey, Flat Earther did this." Yeah. The only real thing that this actually does do is it stops the AE map being a Flat Earth model. Yep. Well, after that,
but there's
all the other arguments.
There's a bunch of things though. It's not a circle. Mm-hmm. Right, because this is, the religious version of it. He sits above the circle of the earth. This is the circle of the earth that they think it is. They say it debunks the AE map. Well, now what? You've got Arwen's map. You got Daz Nez's map. You got Awake Souls, the curvy equator. So it screws that up for them.
There's more paths, more groups of flat earthers to make up new things.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you look at it as an opportunity to just have more evidence, if you look at it as an opportunity to see who you're talking to, right? The flat earther who goes, it's some coffee cup, whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
You know that the conversation isn't going to ever go anywhere. They're what we call lifers, right? But the reality is someone who goes, I didn't expect that. Someone who goes, that does not work on my idea. Those are the ones that you're looking for. Those are the ones that probably won't even say anything, because everyone's going to point their fingers if they say something out loud. But it shouldn't be a group thing that you're going to change.
Lizbeth has already been deemed by multiple flat earthers to not be a flat earther. Oakley said that she isn't a flat earther. QE said that.
Of course.
Yesterday.
Yeah, of course it did.
Because and their justification, this was interesting. They said because she said she was open to the possibility that she wants to get a resolution to it. And Oakley and QE and them, they're like, oh, well, no, flat earthers, no. They are unwavering in their position. Like, oh, so it's a religion. They just declaring
regardless of the evidence that's presented, they're not going to change their mind.
That is 100%.
People that are open-minded apparently cannot be flat earthers. That's what Oakley's just said that, right? Oakley has just said to everybody that if you're open-minded, you can't be a Flerf. You have to be closed-minded. The earth is flat. Don't talk to me about evidence, because otherwise I'm not a flat earther.
And that's what I noticed. That was one of the biggest issues I had. Remember, I told you guys I was looking for the answers, and it was just like I was told to watch my upload. I did. Didn't answer anything. It's literally based off that. Just why are you asking these questions? If you're open minded, like that was what confused me the most. It was like I got here and you guys were like, become a flat earther. We're open minded. But then when I push back on you guys, I can't be open-minded because now I'm a shill. It's very telling. Those are red flags. Those are the things that flat earthers, I've always said this. I don't get why there's not more flat earth versus flat earth debates, because they're open-minded. They're the ones trying to figure out and waver what's right and wrong, but you don't see it. You never see that happen. Globers do all the time. I'm actually having one tonight. It's going to be amazing.
Okay, so I mean, so far it's absolutely correct. Curtail your expectations. The existing cult members aren't going to leave the cult. So still, I'll press one more time. For the few that might just be interested in considering, what type of thing might be or might make this something that they could, maybe get through?
The obvious one, the unedited 24-hour footage, that's probably going to be the most solid evidence that you're going to find or be able to get. Other than that, believe it or not, the more complicated the test experiment you do, the less you're going to get from those people. Because remember, these are people that are trying to understand things. And I'm sorry, you were talking about a total station. I happen to know what a total station is because I've used them to explain to a flat earther who doesn't even understand surveying that you have all this data. Because you know what a total station is. When you look at that, you're not seeing an observation. You're seeing numbers. It's just a bunch of numbers that you have to put into a program that does this and that. Those type of things doesn't help that argument. It makes it solid. It definitely proves you know what you're talking about, but it needs to be the simplest of things. Think, how do you convince a fifth grader it's a globe?
A fifth grader? You mean kindergartner?
Well, you want responses. you need somewhat of an English language to respond to things, right? Questions and all that.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, it kind of is what Ranty said was, as much as possible have uncut footage, not time lapse, even just raw footage of it going around, and having, if there's any cuts, have a video showing the cut, and have another camera overlapping so that there isn't an actual cut. You've got two cameras overlapping in time.
Yeah.
With the third camera doing camera inception so you can see the other two cameras.
Yeah. That's Ranty realizing the same thing I realized, that Jaren and Whitsett, what they say and what they see means nothing. And it should, right? I mean, that's these people are the ones that speak the loudest, say how it's flat the most, argue that you guys have no idea what you're talking about. But in the end, they're literally be nobodies with a 24-hour sun. And then the problem is, if they say no 24-hour sun, you guys get to go, how full of F is he?
Yeah, because seats.
Yeah, exactly. I was there. I was standing right next to you and we didn't see any sun setting. And it's one of those things where I'm not going to lie. I am very surprised Whitsett did this. This is these two cannot win. There's no win for them in this situation, I don't think. Become Globers? Jaren? Probably. I'm predicting Jaren's going to come back at Glover.
I think so as well. I've said that for a while with Jaren, even before the final experiment, that he's been on the edge. And honestly, I think with Toon as well, I think both of us finding out that Jaren is sincere shocked us. Would you agree with that, Toon?
Yeah, I would.
Both of us for a long time have called him a liar and a grifter, but we have both had to eat crow and say, no, he's sincere.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I did a video and I called him out, and then I talked to him and I'm like, I unlisted that video.
Yeah.
I would say he is pushing a narrative. I do believe it. I think the difference is that he has intertwined his honesty with the drift. So he has put himself in a corner. He said enough over the years that he can't really just be like, I'm not going, it's nothing. Like, I think there is truth in him, right? He does want to find out, like, for himself. But at the same time, I think ISS footage, right? Flashlight footage, these things where there's such clear, obvious contradictions to his spiel, and he kind of just skirts around being completely honest with it. He's honest, but he's not completely honest, and that's the only detriment to it, I think. But like, I do respect to him, because he's put himself in a spot where he is enemy number one, Flat Earth, right now. And all the little side groups, he has definitely put himself in that spot.
Yeah,
and good on him. I think I feel like all flat earthers should be in that spot. I was happiest when flat earthers were upset with me because I asked too many questions.
They don't like questions. You can't ask flat earthers questions, mate. Come on.
It does. Yeah, it's against the.
So how does that happen? Get out. You're banned.
Exactly. Yeah. You're asking too many questions.
You see that it's so obvious. When I was talking to them last week on the Discord server, none would offer even a prediction of what we'd see. None would commit to a response to any results. Right? They're pressing me like, well, will you just do this if the sun sets? Like, yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
You will? Like, yeah, that's not a problem. That's what you should do too. And they're like offended that I would be honest about how that would be a real problem for the globe.
Yeah. Flat earthers aren't used to honesty. You might not know, Sean, but I did a scientific experiment and I figured out that DERF lies at exactly 2.7 lies per minute.
he's one of the people that I was like, oh, he's definitely going. He ran the fastest from that.
Oh my God, yeah. Will Duffy is a demon, according to him.
Yeah, that's
So
I don't agree with a lot about Duffy, but like I said, he paid for it. Everything's good now, but at the same time, this was definitely an opportunity for the people that have been the loudest to step up, and they didn't, and that should be telling to all the quote unquote newbie flat earthers.
And think about this: a demon. Is he scared of a demon? Like he's not a religious person.
No.
Right? But let's imagine he was for a second. Is he scared of a demon? You should not.
I know, right? No.
If you're a religious person, you should not be scared of a demon. Right?
Yeah,
it's so obvious when he ran off like that. His response to it, right? It could have been, I'm busy that week. It's just before Christmas. I've got commitments. Right? Mm-hmm. But no, it wasn't that.
Yeah, he just ran, just gone.
Just demons, no. And right, one of the funniest things was I was speaking to Jaren. I was pointing out all the lies that Durf was saying and how Durf was literally throwing Jaren under the bus on X, right? And then Durf went onto Jaren's stream and tried to on a bunch of the things that he had said. And I think to keep Jaren happy, he then donated $200 to Jaren to meet his target for the day. And it was all, Jaren has spent this entire stream saying, but you told me this, but now it's this. Clearly pushing back on, but Durf was like, have some money, stop asking me questions.
Yeah. So Isider74 says, isn't Flat Earth Dave Jewish? He is a, his heritage is, but
he's probably a liar.
No, he's not a practicing Jew, right? So there's a lot of aspects to being Jewish. There's the religion and your faith. There's your heritage, right? And there's culture too. So, and all of them are different aspects, right? You can have somebody that wasn't raised, doesn't have any of the heritage, the family bloodline and all that, but join the community. That happens. So, yeah. Beast Militia is an atheist Jew. They exist.
Yes, they do. But basically, don't believe anything that Durf says ever about anything. That will be a mistake.
Mm-hmm. And it's almost a law that whenever Durf says this is from NASA, it's not from NASA.
No, yeah. If Durf handed you a glass and said this is poison, don't drink it, you should immediately down that shit.
Does he do a lot of like copying paste like QE does?
He
this is an official document and it's like 6 different sources, different colors, and
well, basically
from 2 different NASA missions, neither are NASA, dude.
Basically, if Durf gets a meme, he believes it and puts it into his slide deck.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I was lucky.
Which
he was not a flat earther. Yeah, he wasn't a flat earther that I watched ever. He just was not something that sparked my interest to watch as a flat earther.
Somebody's asking again who your Papa Flerf is, Sean.
Yeah, that was Dreads. You've been exposed, question everything. All the same person.
So, were you familiar with Stars Are Souls?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then before Dubé. So Dubé's coming up on his 10-year anniversary in November. So before Dubé, I know I can name 2: Stars Are Souls and Mark Braun.
The names of the Mark Braun sounds familiar, but a lot of these guys are just like when you start find Flat Earth and you start looking back all that you can find far back as you can, those are the real names you actually see. Those are the ones that like started talking about, like started this whole thing we call the YouTube area and stuff like that. Yeah, I know exactly right. But it was weird. I didn't talk to a lot of Flat Earthers because remember I was trying to see if what I was being told was right or not. So I spent a lot of time learning about the globe actually. And it was just it was more eye-opening to how much I didn't know when I started doing this. So if you guys are talking to flat earthers out there, just make sure you know what you're talking about first. don't embarrass yourself, because that's why flat earthers are still around.
Yeah,
well, the flat earth is around because some people are fucking morons, and some other people are liars that will use those morons to grift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say the majority of the flat earth content creators are part of some type of drift. Typically, the ones
not Flatsoid, he's just a fucking moron.
Oh, no, yeah, he's a different breed of flat earthers. He's someone you look at and just go, "Aw."
Sean, yes. Lately, Flatsoid's argument of trying to tell me that the hypotenuse of an equilateral triangle is 45 degrees, I just... It doesn't even understand the words that he's saying, and he's holding this as an argument for flat Earth somehow. And I'm like, you're adorable.
Yeah, he's probably one of the biggest contradictions ever. Like, he will make a statement, and then his next statement, like, you can tell he's read something, and then his opinion comes in, but then he reads like another source or something. So you can tell they're like, none of them matter, none of them have any context, and you can tell which one is completely just made up.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And then everything is a verse. Everything leads back to a verse that, from what I've seen, is 100% his own interpretation, made up. He even jumbles words around sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, he's not like any other. His arguments do not align with any of the other flat earthers' arguments.
Yeah,
he will argue with all, apart from the people we have on his panel, which just say to everything he say. Says, his arguments don't align with any of the other flat earthers' arguments.
It jumps around too much. It's
interesting that people like him seriously think they're smarter than all of the smart people in the world.
Yeah, it's very... That was another big, real telling thing I realized real quick. I went, a PhD professor explained this to me. Indigo at 24/7
Dio
explained this to me. Yeah, that's the one. That guy. He explained it, and when he explained it, it not only didn't answer any of the questions I actually had, but it just confused me more. So it's very odd how their confidence level is so high up with zero actual education. These are people that I know for a fact our YouTube universities taught, and they're smarter than Einstein. Do you guys understand that? You guys are talking to people that are smarter than
we are.
Einstein
so
himself.
Blessed. I was so blessed.
And it's so impressive that they became smarter than Einstein without any formal education.
Yeah.
At all.
Marissa is smarter than Einstein.
Yeah.
Just ask her. That's how you know.
Well, Einstein's a moron. Don't forget that Einstein is just a liar.
Couldn't tie his shoes, people.
No, I know. He failed a maths exam apparently, and he lied to everyone. And it doesn't matter that we use his calculations for GPS and stuff right now. He was just a liar.
Understand this: if all these people are right, this is flat earthers. If all the people that are telling you it's flat are right, do you understand that the Nobel Prize would stop being a thing because so many people would have this thing because they all have it figured out, and it all would be Nobel Prize winning? Like, forget Nobel Prize winning. I'm talking the universe of any human that could ever exist will make you their god because you have figured out all of life's mysteries. If you guys are right, one of you guys have the theory of everything, and you just haven't said it yet.
In the apocalypse, we're coming to you because obviously you're going to have to rebuild technology and society for us because you're the smartest people. What do you mean that would wipe out humanity? Oh shit! I do get impressed that people like Flatsoid managed to get through breakfast without digging their eye out of a spoon. It's a wonder. It really is.
He puts a pirate eye patch over his eye. That's how he does it.
He has to. Not again.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't understand how they get their content is viewed by so many flat earthers. It's very odd to me because, again, there's a lot more dynamics to it now, and just the discussion from when I was a flat earther. I feel so old when I say this, but the confidence level that a lot of these people have is just unreal to me. Like, they're just flat earthers I don't even deal with, because it's like, oh, you guys are smarter than Einstein. Why would I ever challenge that? Just be on your way. Like, I have all the respect to you guys. I don't know how you guys talk to Whitsitt. I can't talk to him. I can't say hello to him without being aggravated.
Oh, yeah, the aggravation.
We do get aggravated. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
Sean, you know, come on, Sean. You and I butted heads because you know I get aggravated with flat earthers.
Yeah, I will say this, and I've been upset, Greg. I've been pretty upset. You've seen me in your chat. I've even said this a few times. I'm very upset because of the people you've had on your channel. I'm very against the disrespect of flat Earth, but the people you've had on there have just brought out the understanding for the disrespect for flat Earth.
Yeah, I mean, you need to. That's why I am the way I am with these people, because of the way they act. You know,
I sit at my computer angry. Like, I'm sitting in your chat and I type, what a effing idiot. He is so dumb. I'm surprised he hasn't been hit by a car. And I'm like, it's against my principles to hit enter, but I feel like I should.
So, Sean,
understand.
Chris says hi.
Hello, Chris. I think for the 7th time. If it was the 7th time you said hi to me.
You've got somebody following you around, I guess.
Oh, I feel so special. Not sure who you are.
So he's made a documentary.
Did he?
He made a documentary?
Apparently so.
Oh.
Or is it a live stream called documentary? That he thinks is a documentary.
That's how you do it.
Or if
he's done a video of why so obsessed with the flat Earth documentary or something, about the Veritas documentary.
Yeah, and his titles too are very confusing. Like, you never really sure what his view is on it, and sometimes you go, okay, that's clickbait. But then when you hear him talk, he talks like he doesn't even know what his position is. Oh, very odd.
You can never get Flatsoid to define a position. That's not something he does,
because that's testable.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, these are guys like, I applaud you guys, because there's a lot of flat earthers I just will not deal with. I just refuse to. It's just, I don't know how. I don't have the patience. I do get triggered. Craig, you know, man, I get triggered.
Yeah, man, I get it.
Yeah, if I dealt with half the people you guys deal with, I don't like all these screens would be gone.
You understand why, because you and I, we had a period of button heads about like the way I was treating the Flerfs in the Discord server, but you understand why I do it, right? You understand why that I get like that with them.
and that was the change. That was that change in the relationship that we had. Because for people that don't know,
you figured out why I'm like that.
Yeah, we started off really good, and then what it was is I left Flat Earth, and in that transition, I was on the whole don't disrespect Flat Earthers, and the people that I surrounded myself with, I would never have disrespected. But I realized that you don't deal with the same individuals I deal with. You find the worst.
I'm in the bathroom.
Somehow.
And those worst bring that out, and the most passive person. So, like I said, I watched a few. There was one stream. Who was it? I don't remember who it was, but he kept eating an apple. And,
yes. What's his name?
Yeah, that was probably the first stream I watched of yours where I was like, why is he being so nice to this guy? He needs to step it up. Because I was thinking of much more. I was like, oh, there's so much more I would say to this idiot. So, yeah, I get it now. And that's, I think, what changed everything between us. Because now it's like, go for it. Do it. Because the ones you're talking to need it. Well, they're the ones that are really lost.
They've realized that I don't take their shit, and I've been banned from every Flat Earth Discord now, pretty much.
Congratulations.
I know. I guess I'm doing my job well, and it's becoming harder and harder to get Flat Earthers to talk to me because they realize that I'm not going to take their shit, and I'm going to shut them down. And then if they treat me like shit, they're going to get exposed. And I accept that both Toon and I have kind of debated it to death. We've literally killed the debate now because no one else will debate it.
It's not a win, but it's winning.
Yeah, it's definitely some kind of win.
Yeah. Well, I got to that point a long time ago where like I'll debate a flat earther, but it's really aggravating to think about doing it. So like I do focus on pushing back Globers. It's fun. I do enjoy it because there's a lot of people that just don't understand it very well. So it's fun to poke and prod at them and go at those things. But yeah, it's I kudos to you guys.
Yeah, I mean it's fun. It is fun as well, especially when Toon and I've done it so many times that a lot of time we know what's going to happen, so that we can just fuck with them.
Yeah, see, it's different, and it also comes from the different side because obviously there's a lot I don't know about. There's a lot that I just goes way above my head in these conversations when it comes to the physics or science. There's just a lot I don't know still, but the advantage that I do have is that I know why they're doing how their arguments are structured. I know why they're arguing that way. So it kind of happens the same way when I debate a flat earther. And that's the decline. When I started seeing the decline in willingness was the first 3 or 4 sentences. I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop you right away. And I'm going to go, do not go down that path. I did it. It doesn't work. And it's pointless. And they get aggravated with me. It's a little different from you, but it's under the same guides. Don't play games because the tale has already been told. And all the new flat earthers I've noticed, they're not even new, just people that are more talkative, really. They're coming with like 2015 arguments, and how you stretch that out into 3 hours, I don't know. For me, those debates, I can only do it for like 5-10 minutes, and then I'm trying to figure a way out of that conversation.
It can be frustrating. It can be very, very frustrating, especially when you end up bogged down on one particular thing that you cannot get them to understand such a simple concept, and it just means the conversation can't go anywhere. And because they don't understand it, in their head somehow that means that, well, I don't understand it, so that means that I'm right, and therefore I've won.
Yeah, and again, that is something that's actually really easy to do. You probably can't do it because you understand things, but building an understanding is extremely easy to do when you start with nothing. Trust me, it was real easy for the first 2 years. I'm telling you right now, I was confidently figured that I could tell you, I could prove to you guys gravity was fake confidently, because I was on all the building blocks of all the stuff science didn't understand, regardless of the actual facts of it, right? But when you don't have an understanding, all those building blocks of crap, they still make a real big pile.
Yeah.
It's a gauntlet of understanding, and you guys are doing God's work. I'm telling you that now. I'll tell you.
I'm certainly doing the spaghetti monsters work, and I'm proud
Don't start
to do
with
it.
that. No, time out. Okay, this is gonna sound weird. I'm 43 years old. I know, surprised. I just found out about this spaghetti monster months ago. Never heard this thing in my life. I hate that thing. I hate that explanation. I hate the belief. I hate everything about the spaghetti monster.
But the spaghetti monster still loves you.
Yeah, see, that's why.
I mean, Toon, in how many days did your god take to make the universe?
7. Well, 6.
Yeah, well,
6 working.
Mine did it in 5 whilst heavily drinking. So no.
Well, I think it probably did not take 6 chunks of 24 hours. I'm not one of them.
Well, yeah, but to be fair, my god's chosen people is pirates, so I win.
There's that, yeah.
You want to mute him, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, same every time I hear about it. And that's the worst part. Haven't heard about it my whole life, and now that I heard about it once, everyone knows about it, and I'm like, I got to hear about it every time. Worst thing ever.
So, all right, Kosho?
Kosho?
Unfortunately.
So apparently, Jay Bonvost is organizing a fundraiser. Oh, that's him. Hello, I'm known online as Kosho. For over 6.5 years, I've been deeply involved in exploring the shape and nature of the world through numerous experiments. This December, I have a unique opportunity to go to Antarctica with Will Duffy. So Kosho is fundraising. There's no money donated yet, but he's only raising 15,000. Maybe he's planning to get the other 20,000 himself, but I don't know how. Anyway,
he's a character. He is very apologetic to flat earthers for some odd reason. He's nestled him space, a nice little space for himself in Earth Awakenings.
Yeah.
I don't see Kosho making it there.
Yeah. Well, if he's there, then he's there. But yeah.
But I mean, good on anyone's going. I told so people asked me this before, like, if you had the opportunity, would you go? And I'm going to be honest with you. Nope.
No?
It's cold and dangerous there.
Cold. That's a long flight. No, I'm good.
It's not one long flight.
I know, right?
Dude, I was looking at flights today, and it's either 3 or 4 hops to get to Punta Arenas.
Uh-huh.
Right? So it's Minneapolis to either
Wherever.
the East Coast or West Coast, right? One of them is from Minneapolis to New York, to Atlanta, to Santiago, to one more town in the south of Argentina or Chile, and then to Punta Arenas. That was over 24 hours total time from when you get on until you get off, and then you're in a hotel for 2 days at least. Then it's about 5 hours to get down to Antarctica.
No, that's it. Why would people do that for a vacation? That doesn't even sound fun. Just getting there sounds like the struggle. It's by the time you get there, you want to sleep the whole time you're there.
Well, except that the sun never freaking sets. So,
yeah.
So the tents, I don't know if I think these tents are, but Landon Knoll that I interviewed, he said a lot of the tents that the people bring there are transparent to UV light, so that the UV light can get in, hit things, and then warm up the inside. This drawback of that is that the UV light hits your skin, so you can get a sunburn while sleeping in a tent. So before you go to sleep, put on sunscreen on anything exposed.
I'm not sure, Toon, if you knew or not, but I don't have to worry about that. So I never thought about that. That's something you got to worry about. I didn't know that.
Now, I
get it, but that's weird.
24 hours a day UV light might be an issue for you even.
You're right. You know what? You're right, because on the top of my eyelids and the top of my ears, every once in a while, get sunburned. I got to be outside all day long. But yeah, it does happen.
Which you can't not be outside. Think about that.
Yeah. So
when you're in your tent, you're outside. It's UV outside. When you are in the eating tent, it's the same type. It's probably the same type of material.
But wait. I've looked at that website. You're making it as if it's really bad. That's nowhere near primitive, though. There's a lot of amenities for that place.
There's a lot, but when you're inside, you're still UV exposed to the sun.
But reality is like, aren't you always in your snow gear and all that stuff anyways?
Yes, but your face is not.
You can get sunburned by the snow real bad.
Oh yeah. You get blind. You can blind you, right?
Aye.
So that's what I'm wondering. How far out away from camp are you guys allowed to go?
Well, I think we're talking about taking a snow bike trip up the mountain. So
I've never seen Jaren or Whitsitt actually walk in a straight line. Are you sure they could do that? I'm not even joking. I'm serious. I've never seen it. Like, that doesn't sound like it's just an easy task.
Well, they might level confused, so who knows?
I don't know. They might just be sitting there sulking, saying, "Yeah, I'm not. No, I don't want to go on. I got it. I'm going to stay with the camera." I don't know.
Wait, do you think that the whole process to get there. They get there, their minds had already been made up. Because I mean, like Antarctica itself isn't supposed to be there, especially not a continent, especially that far away. It's supposed to be like a lot further. Not even supposed to be able to get there that easy, right? This is easy. Like, do you think they're going to just be like just angry and sulking from day one?
Oh shit! We've got to disprove ourselves now.
It depends on how on where they are in the process, right? Right. You say there's a process to grief, right? And so I mean, there's a process to quitting alcohol. There's a process, right? All these things that and human psychology. There's things that we go through, and so if Jaron and Austin are in different positions of that and different openness to it, then who knows, right? They, one might get there and say, there we go. I did not know. That confirmed it. Yes.
I'm just saying, because it's going to be a week, like pretty clear, right? By day 2, it's all for you guys. It's answered.
Well,
for us, it's going to take a little while.
When the plane lands.
Yeah. Well,
okay. So hold on. We've got a little bit of a change of topic here that has to happen. I've just received a DM from Ruhif, who sent me pricing for flights from Edinburgh to Eindhoven, the Netherlands. And we've got in the chat, we've got somebody saying $50 to put to the get FTFE to the conference. So
I don't donate much, but I would donate to that.
So how much to EasyJet Craigover, says Ruhif? So Yoda said 50. Walking Man said I'll match. You got 100 simoleons already.
Yeah. Hey, wait. I understand you have to ask the wife. Obviously. But a good argument is man, you're pretty committed to this whole flat Earth thing. So you kind of have to go. It
is content. Yeah, that's true.
Just play some Arwen for her. She'll instantly let you go.
It's just whether they're actually going to let me in.
Well, will they know you? Right? They're Dutch. They're. Do they know?
Arwen does.
Arwen does,
exactly.
But Arwen won't be standing at the ticketing table, right?
Yeah, but I feel like he'd be in a corner observing everyone.
No, I feel he's going to be hiding in the corner, like in a different room. Like I don't want to
facing the corner.
Yeah. So all right.
Well,
so
I'm going to go live tomorrow because I've just found out that Flatzoid's done a documentary. So obviously I've got to cover that.
Yeah.
So I will be reviewing his documentary in a stream tomorrow, and I'll speak to the wife and decide if I can go this weekend to Amsterdam. I might even take the wife and make a weekend of it in Amsterdam.
All right, so Lisa will donate, DJ Nugs will donate. So I think you've got a potential weekend set up here.
Yeah, I think you're going.
Well, luckily I just got mine and my wife's passports renewed.
So yeah.
Don't donate yet, guys. Right? If I'm gonna do this, I need to speak to Emma, and she's asleep right now because it's nearly 3 a.m. So I'll be streaming tomorrow, and I will let you know tomorrow if I'm able to go, and then we can get it sorted.
Yeah, no pressure, but you kind of have to.
I kind of have to, don't I? Yeah.
Actually,
as Arwen's on stage.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be.
Don't do anything until you want to be low key until he's on stage.
Yes, he has to be at a podium before you can make yourself known.
I think I might be going to Amsterdam this weekend.
So brush up on your Dutch. I can give you a little some
pointers. You know what I'm doing? Right. Okay. If I'm going there, I'm just live streaming the event from my phone.
Yes, of course. All right, so let's help a little bit on his Dutch, people in the chat. We need a little pointers on Dutch for him.
Oh, I got one.
So no is 9.
Dutch oven.
Yep, Dutch oven.
How do you say, where's the weed?
Very important.
You say I.
Yeah. Just go over there, and there, and there, and there.
It's
Just turn around.
it's it's everywhere. So I went to Amsterdam for work, and my boss and I were in a cafe, and my boss is like, goes to the person, he's like, are these brownies got the stuff in it? And the shopkeep was offended. It's like, we're not that kind of shop. Like they really weren't. And I don't know. He's like, look at the sign outside, and it was in not American, of course. So it didn't help, right? But apparently
not American.
It was something like, we're not that kind of shop, so don't ask.
Yeah, that'd probably be aggravating. You'd probably get asked that a lot.
No, I just buy the brownies and come out and go, these didn't do anything.
Money back. But guys, I got to take off. My wife she's staring at me through the door.
Okay.
I do appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, thank you, Sean.
Yep. I will talk to you guys soon. Hopefully more.
Well,
often.
you're welcome on any time, Sean. I'm glad that we've made up and got through the. You understand why I am the way I am now, and
yes, absolutely.
You're welcome on any time, because I've really enjoyed this conversation with you, and thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Yeah. Until next time, I'll see you guys around. I see you guys all the time anyway. So,
all right,
we will continue this conversation some other time, and then if I don't, good luck to you on the trip. It seems like it's going to be an adventure.
You're talking to both of us now. We're both going on a trip.
Yeah. I don't know which trip is going to be worse. I don't know. That is debatable right now.
Jamie C. Level says, careful, Arwen's explicitly threatened physical violence against anyone that confronts him.
Just make sure he doesn't bring his crossbow.
Yeah, before I go, Craig, if you decide to go, I suggest you watch some Arwen, like at least 24 actual hours of it.
I think I'm going to have to.
Yeah, just for defensive, like, so you know, like where you need to dodge and dip when you need to and stuff. Good luck to you.
Right, I've got a walking stick. I can defend myself with this.
Perfect. Get two.
If he takes off his shoe,
right, guys.
All right, we'll see you, Sean. Thanks.
See you, Sean.
If he takes off his shoe to hit you like he hit the fly, back away.
Goddamn fly! Flying in my face in front of the camera!
It's so good. Oh. Okay, I gotta... Oh, dogs are barking. I think somebody's home. Okay, I got a few more super chats to read here. Mr. MRS. It's either Mr. Shonk or Mrs. Honk. Says, not sure if the cameras, but Craig's face has zero shading or color difference. It's just one solid color.
That's because I am a hologram. Have you guys not figured it out yet? I do not exist, okay? I am only here when you turn on YouTube.
Yeah.
When you shut down the app, it's a void.
It means
right?
that your video card needs an upgrade because it's not rendering him well enough. So
yeah, exactly.
iSolder74 says, if you find any crashed spaceships, run. I think in Antarctica.
Isn't there there's a second Stargate in Antarctica?
Could be. I'd have to watch the show.
SG-1 found one when it jumped to the second gate on Earth.
I'll take your word for it. I haven't seen that.
You haven't watched Stargate?
Remember, I watch Flat Earth content so that I can bring entertainment and education to all y'all.
Well, yeah, but you'd still need to, recover your brain cells sometimes.
I'm watching Star Trek The Next Generation with my kid.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we've finished DS9, and then we did Prodigy, so now we've moved on to Stargate.
Oh, all right.
And so we've got 8 seasons of Stargate, and then 5 seasons of Stargate Atlantis, and then 3 seasons of Stargate Universe, I think.
Wow. That's a lot. All right. Derek the Dullard says, Craig, I rewatched one of your Santos debates the other day where he said you'd be dead in 6 months because you had the jab. Are you immortal, or was he just talking a load of utter rubbish? Love you.
No, he was absolutely right. I have to get cloned every 6 months.
There you go. And so if you pull down your eyelid, then how many do you have there? It's Braille. It's
9.
It's an entire book in Braille.
Yeah.
Otto says, lol, 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 no dirt in middle. One day you'll know. So that's the song from, I'm going to have to, maybe tomorrow we can have a little bit of DMOC.
Yeah.
Maybe I could get DMOC to come on tomorrow. Because I'll do the late night stream.
All right. So I'm gonna cover flat sod. I'll probably start about 10 on my time.
4 my time. Yeah, okay. Well, I would start at 10 my time, so that's 6 hours later. You know how I know it's 6 hours later?
Because you can do maths.
I can. Plus, I know that Central Time is 6 hours from UK time right now. So
for now, we change relatively soon.
Yeah, and then for 2 weeks, UK and America and Central are 5 hours off.
Yeah.
And then we're back to 6. All right, PJ says, Craig, maybe NASA can make one of your clones have facial hair.
They tried, and well, there was an explosion. They didn't do that again.
So somebody said that I should grow some facial hair, and I said that my facial hair looks like dirty dishwater.
Here's the thing. My 15-year-old son has more facial hair than I've ever had.
Okay. One of my kids' friends went to Michigan for like a year and a half, and now he just moved back. And he's got the little mustache right here. Right? Just like he shaves the top of it, but then leaves the bottom half all the way across. So it's not like Charlie Chaplin, right? It's the whole width. And I look at him and I just cannot take him seriously. I cannot. So if you're listening, initials JF, all of it and thick or none of it. Burnham says, all I want to see is Dave's app pin your location in Antarctica. That means I would have to pay Dearth $11 a year.
Well, you can just do a one-off payment of $3 and then make sure it can never access your bank again.
No. The friend finder, in order to see the dots on the app, I think you have to pay the subscription. Let me look. I have it on my phone.
Shit.
I
don't anymore. I deleted that malware.
All right. By the way, this app, somebody has disassembled and it uses the globe. Nobody's surprised, but it's actually in hard. We have the actual source code now. So let's see. I don't know where the friend finder is. The UI in this app is garbage. Is that it? To use a friend finder, you need to create a simple account with an email and password. Okay, I'm not doing that. Who would be your first call if the sun sets? Says Icy Spin.
Who would I phone? Who would I call first?
Who? You're not going.
No.
I think it was to me, because I also know it was to me because he said MCToon live in front of it. Who would I call?
Yes.
Craig, I'll call you first.
Yeah, because we have to figure out our new channel. Earth is flat.
Yeah. .netcom.
Yeah. /
.org.
UK. Org.
.uk.
Gov.
/gov. .com. Walking Man says the Dutch Flat Earth Conference September 28th. The main Flerf is Arwen. Oh my gosh, that sent us in to a whole conversation at 13:30 with Ball Earth. How do you come up with it? Pure Flat Earth comedy. All right, I want to see you there. That would. Oh my gosh.
I'll be having a talk with my wife tomorrow at the gym.
Work Ademix says, I am on the fence. Have you addressed the Photoshop pics of the astronauts in wires and the space pictures, same pictures in space? I seen this on Joe Rogan.
Not a thing.
There are no Photoshop pics of astronauts on wires.
Yes.
It's all misunderstanding, and it's been
And you likely
filtered.
watched an AI video of Joe Rogan that wasn't real.
Consider the source. It wasn't somebody from NASA, it was, and then they had this narrative that came with it. But the real killer is that just doesn't work. Is they live streamed dropping a hammer and a feather at the same time. They fell at the same rate, so it had to be in a vacuum chamber if it was on Earth, which is have to be a rather large vacuum chamber, and it fell at a rate way too slow for the Earth. In fact, it fell at a rate at 1/6 gravity speed. So they would have had to be in a vacuum chamber doing a parabolic arc to simulate 1/6 gravity. But the parabolic arc would have to be significantly longer time than is physically possible to do a parabolic arc in an airplane, because there's a limit to how high you go in that arc.
When in a parabolic arc, vomit comment, have you seen someone standing calmly with a bunch of rocks around them, dropping a hammer and a feather? I don't know about you, but every time I watch one of those videos of the vomit comet, they're all flying and bouncing around because there's a lot of turbulence and stuff.
But it has to be the largest vacuum chamber ever put onto an airplane. In a vomit comet,
it has to be the largest vacuum chamber ever made in the world.
No,
which has then been put on an airplane.
Probably not. I think for just the feather and hammer drop. But it's
maybe.
that for Apollo 17 when they did the rover, where they drove the rover like maybe
got the rooster tails
maybe
and stuff.
300 feet, right, 100 yards, 100 meters or more. That one would have to be the largest vacuum chamber ever built. Plus, it would have to be on an airplane doing a parabolic arc.
Yes.
So, good luck with that. So there you go. That has to be answered. All of the that sort of almost kind of, but not really, looks like it could be maybe a wire when it's an antenna from their backpack. Tim Davidson says, please, dog almighty, Arwen versus Iran versus Oakley. Aaron Ra? That would be funny. But yeah, Oakley and Arwen, they won't, no, never. Isider74 says Nathan Oakley is simply a toxic monster. Indeed,
yes,
he
he
is.
is.
Ruhif says Sean G. Sup-Flerf. Oh, he wasn't there. Ruhif says everyone go sub to Jamie C level. So now we have received our instructions. If you haven't yet subscribed to Jamie C level, somebody please post it, and then everybody must go subscribe. Ruhif said so, and thus it's been said.
And when Ruhif says you do, basically
that's how it goes. That's how it works.
I mean, in NASA, you've got, Bill Nye at the bottom, and then there's a bunch of other people, and then there's like Toon and me, and then there's Neil deGrasse Tyson, and then there's Ruhif.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just how it is.
That's how it works. Yeah, little background for everybody. Sea Lion Prime says, sup, y'all. Sean is about to cook me on relativity, dark matter, and dark energy. Drop by his channel and give it a watch. 9:30 Central.
Sounds fun.
There you go. Does Sean have a different, he's not accept relativity? Good. Otto says, happy birthday, Charlie. Shut up. It is to your birthday. So Charlie Welch, regardless of your protestations, you are experiencing and celebrating your birthday today.
Happy birthday, Charlie.
Happy birthday, Charlie. Everybody, give him a happy birthday in the chat here to Charlie Welch. Is he still here? Is he still in the chat?
Yes, I see Charlie.
All
He's
right.
there.
Excellent. Sea Lion Prime says, be careful not to shine the sun simulator on the coffee cup caustic. Division by 0 will occur.
Yeah, you can't do that. It just stops the simulation. We just end up in a holodeck.
And then it replays goes into a loop of replaying Geordi's holodeck program where he got the engineer that designed the warp drive on the Enterprise.
Yeah, which
and
he then fell in love with.
And he fell in love with and then she came to visit him for real, and he's like,
yeah, and she was creeped out.
He's like,
I would be as
he's
well.
like, hey, baby. And she's like, I'm married. Back off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, you made a hologram of me and got...
Yeah, Geordi totally got sent to the Mark Sargent friend zone.
Yeah.
iSolder74 says, frankly, if you defy the top dog, you are to be cast out. What was that about? That was an hour ago. iSolder70. Oh, yeah. Maybe it's about Flat Earth Dave, because his next comment was, isn't Flat Earth Dave Jewish? Which I answered, he is a non-observing Jew by heritage and bloodline or family or whatever. Tim Davidson says he's not completely Jew. He's Jew-ish.
Very good.
Tim Davidson says, what's a pirate's favorite letter? Everyone right now is guessing R. But their first love is the C.
The C. It's usually because they got a claw for a hand, a hook or something.
It's the hook hand. Yoda says, Craig, can you be bribed into going to see Arwen's presentation?
Possibly. We'll find out tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Lord of Luminous Pooh. If it wasn't for my scout leader, I wouldn't be able to pitch a tent, light a fire, or keep a secret. Oh my gosh. Naughty.
Scoutmaster Kevin.
Naughty.
Bad thoughts.
Very naughty. Walking Man says the Ferret Legion wants FTFE at the conference.
I heard. I've just been told that by the Ferret Legion.
This is. Thou shalt go, Craig. Mr. Shonk or Mrs. Honk says, low key, you don't even need to read Dubé's 200 proofs, because if the Earth were truly flat, you'd only need one proof, and it'd be a proof that the Earth is flat instead of misunderstandings of the globe. Yoda says, I'm fundraising to send Craig to see Arwen. My goodness, this is going to happen. This is. Sea Lion Prime says,
seem that way.
Donate to my fundraiser to get Kosho a waterproof case for his phone for better calls from the shower.
What?
I don't know. I know Kosho is super active on Discord, and Sea Lion Prime is as well. So maybe it's a recurring thing that Kosho has terrible audio. Steve 660 says, I'd like to nominate Dave Weiss and Nathan Oakley for the Golden Globe Awards. You see, Globe, Golden, never mind. Steven McCullers says FTFE needs to wear a wig and a fake beard. Clark Kent. Do you have a wig?
Just take off my glasses.
Do you
recognize me anymore.
Do you have a wig or do you have a fake beard?
There is a wig in the house.
Oh, that'd be so good. Put on, like Gallagher. You know, Gallagher had that hat that had the longer hair, and you take off the hat, and you're like, oh, he doesn't have that hair. If you have that, he had that. Oh my gosh. Steve 660 says, Craig, you've got to watch The Expanse.
I've seen The Expanse. We've done that.
All right. Oh, Nick N says you should call CC from Antarctica.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be fantastic. So there is Starlink there. So we'll see. Tim Davidson says, okay, fine. Oakley versus Aaron Ra. Oh my God. I would love that. And then Sea Lion Prime says, how many suns will the Flat Earthers add by the end of the year? 8 suns per week squared.
Yeah,
because now they're saying, well, there's 4 suns.
Yeah, they've also got proof of the sun projector now, by showing two suns over LA somewhere. I'm trying to point out that it's because they're filming through a window with double panes, but it doesn't matter. That there's proof that there's a projector of the sun.
It's always when you say that, like, oh no, they saw it with their own eyes.
So why did no one else see it? Why was there not massive reports of two suns in the sky?
If there's two suns, you'd see them all the time.
Yeah.
Liquid Flame says, I thought Starlink hadn't deployed to the Arctic and Antarctic yet. They have, but not a ton. So
if we look at the map of Starlink, let me turn down the brightness so you guys can see that thing. So you see this?
Okay.
Coming through? Right. And then we can see what there is over Antarctic, and there is hardly any satellites. They do have some. The ones that are here, they actually consist of different orbits to everywhere else. And then they've got some up here as well. But yeah, so there's not very many in Antarctica, but there is some.
Yeah. So the reason why is because, of course, there's not a lot of people there, so there's not a lot of demand. They don't make much money. And the orbit is a bit more expensive to actually achieve because you can't use the rotation of the Earth to get you into orbit.
No.
So it takes more fuel and potentially reduces your ability to recover the booster, or makes it more difficult. Like you'd have to spend more fuel to do it, or even I think mostly they're landing on, they are mostly landing on ships. I went to see the launch. I saw was a polar orbit, and it came back to the launching area, which is less common. And I don't know why it did that for this particular satellite. It might not have been as heavy. So anyway. Polar orbits require more delta V. That's correct. So, all right. So Craig.
Who?
That's you.
Oh, you changed my name. Right. Okay.
All right. So everybody knows Craig is going to the Netherlands this weekend. And Craig, if you have any issues, I'll set Emma straight. Just let me know.
Okay.
I'll just be like, beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. Yeah,
Emma
Emma
actually has contacted Emma before, and
yeah, Emma, yeah. Craig needs to go. Yeah, you can go too. Yeah, it's all good. Make a weekend of it. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he'll get you flowers, definitely, and a whole new wardrobe. Okay, I'm fine with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. DJ Nugs is paying for everything. Yep, it's a blank check. So yeah, you're good. Okay, all right, bye. There you go.
Well, if DJ Nugs is paying for everything,
Blank check.
we're gonna need about $5,000.
Icy Spin says, Nancy says his lanyard is at will call. Tell him your name is Snoopy. All right. Well, I it's time to play that rap. Apparently, that rap that we at one point in time in the past had done.
Thanks to AI.
And
yes,
the month currently is September, and the month of October is the anniversary of our two channels. So we will be revisiting
being a birthday.
And I don't know, that rap that I'm about to play turns 1 year old next month.
Maybe we should do something for it, like a video.
It could be. I don't know. All right. No dirt in the middle, Otto. Tomorrow night late.
See you guys tomorrow on my channel, 10 p.m. UK time, and I will be going through Flatzoid's documentary and deciding if I'm going to be going to Amsterdam this weekend to see the wonderful Arwen live.
Deciding? You mean booking your flight?
Yeah, booking the flights. Yeah, I'll do that instead.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. Here we go.
MCToon, drop that beat.
All right. Let it flow. Let yourself go. So I know that is the tempo.
So, yeah, let's do this. So,
Let's do this. Yo, it's MCToon, the debunking tycoon. I shatter flat earthers, make them face the moon. Your attempts are decent, but they'll swoon in the face of my logic like a deflated balloon.
Oh, MCToon, the one soon cartoons. Unreal say send Ex-Flerfs to their dooms. Your theories are like old brooms, sweeping ignorance or just spreading the fumes.
FTFE stands for fumbling the facts, evidently. I drop truth bombs so splendidly. Your approach is soft, mine's unrelenting. I bring the science while you're just venting.
MCToon, the buffoon with silver spoon. I tackle pseudoscience, make them change their tune. You're the sidekick, I'm the maroon. When it comes to debunking, I'm the boon.
In the rizzle dizzle. But hey, FTFE, we share the creed to educate and debunk the plant the seed. Though in this rap, it's clear indeed I've got the upper hand in word and deed. Alright, hold on a second. The Zoom call died. Everything died! No!